I finally. Ah, gee, it's time for more Wanigamu. Yeah, sadly. Hey, Robert. Hey, Ocean. Hey, Cartoon Collector. Got some pizza to go with this. Now you're making me jealous. Except no one would appreciate me eating pizza while streaming. Apparently today is also Fang's birthday. Which Fang? How do people know when Fang's birthday is? That's what I know. Both, I guess. Probably because, didn't they say Fang's in Aries? I forget. From Goodbye Volcano High. Yeah, right. So I made sure to make sure this mod works. And so far, I only went like a few dialogues in, and no one seems to be hanging from the ceiling this time. I looked up March 21 on Wikipedia. Jer Blozanaro and Nobu Uematsu have also had birthdays today. That's cool. Astrology, that's retarded. Too, astrology is retarded. Well, that's the only way I remembered, like, Fang, like, they said Fang was an Aries, so I remember that. Alright, switch gameplay. First day of spring also. Or, I think it might be the 22nd. Anyways. Wanigamu. We're gonna do the AI because it's less of a slog for me. I'm sorry, but it's going on.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. With a stylish quote, I end my well-prepared introductory speech. The teacher next to me steps forward, addressing the class. His name is Mr. Iadakan, and it was him waiting for me by the campus gates this morning. Just making sure I don't get lost, as he called it.
Thank you very much, Inko. It's been thrilling to learn more about you. Haha.
Haha.
Isn't that right, class? Let us all give our new colleague a hand.
Okay,
My
Mark
newfound peers
Zuckerberg.
clap, and despite how few of us there are in the room, soon the sound of applause echoes off the walls in all directions. As it should.
Just seeing this, there's only one sentence going on in my mind. It goes, your feeling of helplessness is your best friend, Savage. Okay. I don't know.
To properly punctuate the scene, I bow theatrically.
That smile makes Inko look like a skinwalker.
Oh, it's been absolutely worth spending the whole last week writing up draft
It's like
after
he had a
draft
stroke.
after draft of this speech, practicing in front of a mirror until all the little gestures got put into place. Taking a curiosity glance around the room to soak in my success, though, I almost can't suppress a frown. Clapping they are indeed, yet some of my new classmates don't seem all that intrigued.
He said, haha, like Speed Racer. Oh. It seems like the magnets in the ceilings got removed for our metalhead Inko. Yeah. No hanging from the ceilings this time.
In fact, as the jubilation dies down, there's only one guy who seems interested whatsoever. A dino with red scales. I'm not sure of the kind. Other than his enthusiasm and horrible neck flaps, he seems utterly unremarkable. A not especially interesting haircut, shirt and jeans. Probably not one of the cool kids. Because, well, what kind of a reputation do you uphold with a fashion sense like that? Now his desk mate, on the other hand, he's like the yin to Red's yang here. Not that his attire was much better, going far off the other end and ending up in try-hard territory. But he's clearly trying hard indeed. Like someone who thinks utmost highly of himself and feels the constant need to outshine the plebs like Red around him. Could be why he sat next to the guy in the first place, to look better in comparison. The uninterested, mock-polite look on Blue Boy's face suggests as much anyway. He probably considers himself an important person, which means he has to have something going for him. Suddenly, I feel the teacher's hand on my back, ushering me towards the desks.
Alrighty, folks. In light of Master Inko's arrival, we're going to work in groups today. Inko, you should take the chance to sit with each group for a couple of minutes to get to know everyone a little, alright?
Wait, what? That's all the spotlight you get? Shouldn't we, give everyone a chance to ask questions and stuff? Mr. Yadakan's surprise surprises me, but I don't show it. Confidence above all, and especially in a situation like this.
Inko is Irish as fuck. Yeah, it sounds so uncanny coming from him.
Right. I suppose if...
His voice trails off for a second, but then he calls out to the rest of the class again.
So anyone? Any questions you would like to ask Inko? Don't be afraid to go wild. I'm sure he's a most interesting fellow once you really get to know him. Ha ha!
Ha ha!
That's damn right.
I like how this mod tells you a character's personality instead of letting you figure it out yourself. Yeah. And go be like, Damien's hair, whack. His clothes, whack. His neck flaps, whack.
And yet... crickets. Wow. Even the girls look bored, whom one would assume would jump on a chance to unveil the mysterious new guy's mysteriously cool past, to get some hot fuel for the rumor mill.
Hey guys, it's my 22nd birthday. Well, happy birthday, Redemption.
But no. This time around, the frown is clearly visible on my face. Come on, A2, Red? At least he looks focused, I guess, as if thinking about a question and it just isn't coming to him. But his blue counterpart, like the rest of the students, seemed perfectly fine not asking me anything.
Well, it's Monday today after all.
With that, I'm pushed
No,
between
it's
the
Fang
desks,
Friday.
and Mr. Yadakan returns to the board, going on about the topic for today's lecture. He explained it to me earlier as the two of us were walking through the building, though I was more preoccupied mentally preparing for my intro to have paid him much attention, that this class is a mix between homeroom and art history. Mr. Iadakun will be my homeroom teacher, and this being the very first class of the school week, he said he usually takes the liberty of addressing important details for the upcoming days. Such as me, though it's not like I turned out to be so very important in the end. Well, I might as well just sit with Red then. It appears that in the very least I've made an impression on him.
The mod's actually working correctly. Yes, people were complaining about it, like, oh, you're not giving it a fair chance because you played it on the wrong platform or the wrong software. It needs to be played on Snoot Game.
The dino is still deep in thought as I join him in blue.
But God forbid you think the Wanigamu game goes with the Wanigator game, you know?
Hey,
Super close up.
I'm Inko.
Yes, we know. You have just introduced yourself.
Prick.
Prick.
Right. And you are...
Ben!
The door to the classroom basically flies off its hinges as someone crashes into the room.
Mr. Yadakan,
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, but this is an emergency. We need Ben.
Yes, I'm coming.
Huh? In front of me, Blue, Ben, apparently, rises from his chair.
Yes, Ian? What can I help you with?
Ian.
And please wait for me outside next time. We shouldn't hold up class any longer than necessary. Again.
Ben sounds confident and dutiful and compassionate at the same time. Makes me wonder which one of those things he might be making up, if not all three of them. What's more, he doesn't seem one bit concerned about the situation. Whatever this emergency is, he must be damn sure he can handle it. Or maybe he's just trying to appear calm and professional. That's the impression he's given me so far anyway. Trying to be professional.
I gotta hop out, but I'll definitely watch the stream later. Alright, Redemption, have a good birthday.
What's he like in real life remains to be seen for now. Mr. Yadakan joins them momentarily, and after a couple of seconds, Ben and his friend are off.
I'm not the only one that pronounces it. I add a can. I just say Idakan. Because I'm a scrub. I piss people off. That's all I do.
The lecture then continues, as if nothing happened. Is this kind of thing normal around here?
I say Naser because of fucking Smug Fox.
I ask Red, but not sure what for. He's been making the same thinking face ever since I sat down. Yeah, if I had to choose between the two of them right now, it's definitely Blue Boy I'd want to suck up to. Make friends with. Status is everything. And at the moment, I'm at the bottom of the food chain.
Is this Waninko?
I sigh and prepare to say my farewells and move to the next table. Just then, as I'm already half off the chair, Red slams his fist down on the table.
Okay. Damien slams his hand so hard. Something disconnects from Windows. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Damien, you ass.
Got it.
Huh?
Add a can. I don't know. The I leads into the A like I don't know.
My question.
Oh. This should be good. I motion for him to continue, sitting back down.
Waninko is the default here.
Right, so you said you're here to become a fashion designer?
0.5 Inko.
And your name is Inko?
Yeah.
That's so cool, dude. I'm gonna be a designer too. The name's Damien, by the way.
Seriously? A designer? A fashion? This guy? Really? You're taking the same course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, look.
Red, Damien, very enthusiastically takes out a notebook from his torn backpack. Much like the bag itself, the poor notebook clearly shows its age. Admittedly, my expectations are low enough. I'm pretty sure his little doodle book won't contain anything else but drawings of boxes and maybe a shitty handout line or two. And yet, as he opens it at one of the many bookmarks, little scraps of paper sticking out the sides, I'm greeted to... Whoa. Spanning both pages, there are fully drawn humanoid figures of all shapes and sizes, dressed up in dresses of all colors. Dinos only naturally, and summer dresses only curiously. As he turns the book to properly face me, I can even see a couple of sketches that look pretty good. In fact, they look pretty damn good. Most of them do, even. Raising an eyebrow, I look up at Damien. You drew these?
Here, this one's my favorite. I think it turned out way better than the others.
He turns the book, revealing a sketch that takes up most of the space on the page. Just as good as the rest, if not better. And since it's bigger than the others, I can make out all sorts of details on the dress. Little pieces of metallic adornments, elaborate lacing and trimmings. It's wow. Just wow. As if a 13-year-old girl went carte blanche on Dinoviant art.
Dinoviant art. Not Dinoviant art.
I don't even know where to look. And to think this dude drew it, that's... No, bullshit.
Dino bustlers.
I'm not buying it. Let's take this thing from
Me
the
when
top.
I see Wanigamu. Me when I see Wanigamu.
I'm not buying it. Let's take this thing from the top. So, this is yours. That's what you're saying?
Uh-huh.
You drew this on your own, without help?
Well, I've been watching a couple of Dino YouTube videos, but
Dino
what?
YouTube.
You don't like it?
It's just Snoop Tube. Please, for the love of God, just say Snoop Tube, please.
Behind his aloof smile, he suddenly seems sheepishly nervous, awaiting my appraisal of his artwork. I have a feeling that if I told him it's shit, he might truly believe it, despite us being total strangers and all. But I have no reason to be an asshole. If he really did draw this, then, well, credit where it's due. No, that's not... It's very well done.
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
I pick up his notebook and start skimming through the pages. As I go further and further back in time, so the drawings change in technique, theme, fidelity, and of course, quality. There are all sorts of things, from buildings and airplanes to tuxedos and even swimwear or military gear. Some skimpy stuff, too. Nearing the start of the book, after about 100 pages filled with several hundreds of sketches, the drop in quality is markedly observable. I don't know how long ago he took up the pencil, but if I had to guess, years, probably. It's most likely not even his only notebook like this, just the most recent. Or maybe these are the works he puts the most care into. Though to be honest, he's not above my level at all. His works are just simply more detailed. But the more I look at any one of his drawings, the more overwhelming they get. Like, they're just too much. As if he had a hard time moving on and letting go of stuff. I don't usually spend more than a couple hours on a single drawing. Certainly not more than a couple of days. I rather put down some strong, characteristic lines that speak something meaningful than get bogged down with copy-paste details forever. That's the kind of fashion I want to introduce to people too. Right as I think about my own style, I flip to a page with content considerably close to it. Largely unfinished sketches, and yet ones that brim with personality.
No, you were partying. I studied the pencil.
Hold on a sec. I plop the notebook down on the desk and take out a pencil from the insides of my jacket. It's a sort of secret stash that I can reach through a torn pocket lining. Normally it's an inventory of sandwiches and cigarettes, but every now and again I remember to throw a pencil and kneaded eraser in there.
I forgot this Inko smokes, and so does Damien.
And now to find something to draw on. Perfect. Blue Boy left his school stuff behind, so I promptly take his open notebook. I'm just about to start doodling around on the pristine white page as the dino beside me clears his throat, offering me his instead. The one he uses for class, not the one filled with his artwork.
Here, use this.
Oh, brother, this Inko stinks!
Ben would get upset if you know...
He doesn't say it out loud, but the look he's giving me is telling in that he found it rather odd I would have used someone else's book just like that. A complete stranger's, even. Right, sure. I take one last quick look at Damien's drawings, then boldly plot up a couple of lines as I normally would. Damien watches me, excitement overtaking his features again.
Oh no, human woman, I think.
In a couple of seconds,
Oh,
I
no.
have a basic feminine
Porn.
torso in front of me, and I
Porn.
start adding some more details to it.
Gooner!
I make a couple of mistakes here and there, lines I'm less than discontent with, but instead of always going back to fixing them, I incorporate some of these imperfections into the design. Thus, a bushy tan line is born. Once I feel like it's finished, or close enough, I put the paper next to the open notebook. The resemblance between the two drawings
Oh no,
is striking,
Damien's gay!
except while on the original, the slightly weightier lines look as though they just happen to be there. On mine, they feel intentional, guiding the onlooker's eye to all the important bits.
Ben, why is your notebook filled with drawings of you in a Chinese dress? Hide the text box for a second. No.
It's something I've practiced
It's
a lot
AI
after
slop
having read
anyway.
about the technique in a book about comics and the importance of the line of action, although they're not exactly the same.
Ooh, that looks just like mine, but it's... Huh.
It seems like Damien has noticed the difference too, except he lacks the words to describe it.
This whole narration reminds me of the business card scene from American Psycho. Now let's see Damien Payne's art book.
Instead, he traces one of the lines with a clawed finger.
It's a cool doodle, man. It's got this feel to it. Like graffiti. But I mean the good kind? Street art and stylized stuff?
I'm a little late, my bad. Hey, Kyo. Welcome to the stream.
Right? It's something called the line of action.
Huh? Oh, what's it?
It's supposed to give the whole thing, you know, intention. Your stuff is pretty great, lots of details, but it's like I don't even know where to look, so it's easy to miss stuff.
I see. That's a good point.
He flips through a few pages of his notebook, no doubt trying to guess where he'd add these lines of action to his sketches. Here, try it. I offer him the paper, which is technically his to begin with, and my pencil. He takes them both with a grin, and in about a minute he sketches up another girl in a bikini, a decidedly dino one with scales and backplates.
Hey, Sabik. I like how Hey Sabik came in before he said hi. Oh god, he's got a watermark. I think I would use AI in all of his assignments. Probably.
Again, he's adding all these details on instinct. Comparatively, on my version it was clear it's the body of a girl, but only because the brain fills in the blanks.
Oh,
The
wait, I
drawing was
see.
clearly not finished.
I
Still
see
had
the
more to
message
say
back
than
there.
80%
Never
of
mind, I'm
Damien's
retarded.
sketches.
Tasteful thickness of it. Drops notebook in jealous shock.
Damien
Haven't you ever
stops
done a
multiple
line
times,
before?
rotating the paper as he's trying to figure out the motion he should add as part of the exercise. It kinda works. Though, after a couple more minutes, he puts the pencil down with a dissatisfied frown. That's
Oh,
not
it's
to
almost
say
like
his
on
doodle
time.
looks
I
bad,
keep getting these
but it
fucking
clearly looks more like his
notifications.
usual stuff
It's
with the
always when I'm
pointless
streaming.
details than not.
Man, it's tricky.
Yeah, right? Practice makes perfect.
I need to throw my phone out the window every time I stream.
Sure, but talk about unlearning stuff. Ugh.
We both laugh. Maybe a little too
Oh,
loud
God,
for being in
that
class.
smile.
Not that we've been paying attention anyway.
That's the smile of a psychopath.
Hey, Inko, right?
Hey, cool it with the anti-Saurian remarks.
Huh? Oh, yeah. And you're, Damien?
D dinosaur?
Yup.
A wide smile creeps across Damien's face, and I can't help but join in again, grinning back at him like an idiot. I honestly didn't expect this conversation to go, well, anywhere really, but here we are.
How much did I miss? Honestly, this is Wanigamu. You can miss all of it and be better off for it. I'm gonna call the Anti-Saurian Defamation League. Oy vey.
We spend the rest of the class doodling and talking shop. It's great fun. Damien is a solid dude. Though he might make a better artist than a fashion designer, what with that choice of shirt color alone, Guy looks like he's never seen an inspo thread in his life.
I would not call this Damien a dude. I'd call him something offensive. The Damien in Wanigamu, that's a dude.
Ben, the blue guy, never returned. So as we're talking, Damien packs his stuff as well, saying he'll take him to him later. Turns out they're friends, apparently. Another thing I didn't see coming. I'm not sure what to think about Ben. They really are like fire and water with Damien. Total opposites.
Guess we're gonna have the same classes and all, huh?
I almost miss what Damien is saying, only catching the important bits.
The dinosaur with a big D, oh god. The meteor killed how many rhinorexes?
Oh, right, yeah. I think next class is contemporary art?
On the 4th floor?
I take my shitty, crumpled up, thrown together timetable out of my pocket. Damien immediately whips around to get a better look, going through the entire day with me.
Yeah, man, all the same ones.
Cool. Wanna get going?
I'm sorry, boys, but I'm afraid I'll have to steal Master Inko away for a second.
Huh?
Damien, if you could please go ahead, I can assure you your new friend is in no trouble. Not a lot, anyway.
In trouble? What for? Did we laugh too loud or something? Or is it for not paying attention?
Hey, we finally got an actual Inko face for once.
Yeah, okay, I admit that does sound like the kind of thing you get in detention for. But is detention even a thing for a private school? I thought that was the kind of unnecessary savagery public schools do. I watch Damien leave, then face Mr. Yodikin as he leans back against his desk. I'm sorry?
You are?
You are?
For, misbehaving in class?
I'm worried that this Inko needs to borrow Ben's pills, yeah.
He smiles, pleasantly surprised.
Yes, well, I'll give you a free pass on that today, Inko. But today, only.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There's no need for such formality.
He says with the demeanor of an 18th century poet, waving his hand around in the air.
And, anyway, that's not why I wanted to talk to you.
It's not.
No.
No.
I'm very happy you've made friends with Damien. However, if you'll recall, your assignment was to spend some time with each group.
Oh. Shit. Yeah. My little tour started and ended at Damien's table. Bashfully scratching the back of my neck, I mutter an apology, but Mr. Yodikan is once again quick to dismiss the motion.
Yodikin should really be delivering his lines like he's a stage performer, yeah. He feels like Mark Zuckerberg.
It's fine, but please do make an effort and reach out to people. It's good for both you and them. And to help you with that, I have one more task for you, and this time I will accept no excuse or tardiness.
Trent Zuckerberg.
I gulp, unsure of what to expect.
The thing is, you have another classmate you haven't been able to meet today. Her name is Olivia. She's unable to attend classes temporarily. I would very much want you to bring tomorrow's assignments and her other school supplies to her this afternoon. And, of course, to make introductions.
Before I could say or do anything, a handful of notebooks and folders is dumped on me.
She lives in the dorms. I'm sure you'll find her no problem.
Thanks for letting me
So
stuff
when
all this
does
crap in my
Heidekin
meeting.
pull out a katana? I almost wanted to do a, I was feeling pretty good earlier today. I almost wanted to do the Purple Stank adventure. One of these days, I swear I'll feel good enough. Hopefully. We'll get to it. He's overly thinky and pretentious. I feel like that's everyone in Wanigamu. Except maybe, Mia. We're all going to need Ben's pills after this AI voice etches into our minds from hearing it too long. Wait till you count every time Inko says Rap G. Anakin's original design gave him a head crest that looked like a pirate Beckham? What? Bicom? Alright.
I thank Damien as he pulls Olivia's things from his locker, having previously offered to store it there for me until classes are over. And now that they are, we came back to retrieve them.
No probs, man. It's not like you have a locker yet. Or, a bag?
A bag, yeah. How do I explain this in a way so that Mr. My Jeans Are So Last Year could understand? I mean, what time is it? 1:45? 2? Well, whatever it is for Damien, it still seems to be 2006.
Based?
So, I'm in between bags right now.
Huh?
Oh, I knew he wouldn't get it. You know, waiting for the spring collection to drop?
I know a place if you're looking for a new backpack.
Rain check?
Sure, dude. Anytime.
More like never. Damien has a point, though. It's gonna be an absolute hassle to lug my notebooks around till I get a key for my locker. But I just can't be seen with a substandard bag. What am I, some sort of mongrel?
Wanigamu moment.
And speaking of lugging shit around, let's get this show on the road and find that Olivia girl so I can get rid of all this crap. This has been quite the underwhelming first day already, so I just want to get back to the dorms and relax.
And monologue.
Up till now, with Damien in tow, we went from one class to the next, as if on your average school day. The only difference being that some of the teachers asked me for an introduction, and I got to rehearse a simplified version of my grand speech.
Oh, buy corn. You gotta forgive me. I have to like squint to look at chat sometimes. So the R's and the N's look like M's. There's not really much I can do. I'm sorry.
I'm not exactly sure what I was expecting from a first day, but this wasn't really it. Maybe it's a dinosaur thing? Because one thing's for sure, there are no other humans here, not a single one. Which is weird, to say the least. I haven't met anyone especially interesting either, so mostly I've spent my time talking with Damien.
The voice acting's AI.
And he's certainly something. For one thing, he most definitely got this positive vibe about him, like there's nothing to ever spoil his good mood. To the point of flat-out ignorance at times. For instance, being handed test results with a failing grade. Wow, now I know my weaknesses! But at other times, he could get really serious, intimidating even. If there's something I've learned about Damien today, it's that he expects everyone to play by the rules.
I've been using the same duffel bag from a surplus store since 5th grade until last year. It survived for 2 decades. That's a lot. Is it actually AI? No, it's AI. It says at the beginning of the game. And we all knew it was AI from the start, by the way, how deadpanned everything sounded.
Ditching class? Why, how dare I? And on my first day? Oh no, that didn't fly with him. Not how he was raised, as he explained it. The oldest of 5 brothers,
God.
and so the one with the most responsibilities.
Awful. One of those brothers is going to be Vinny.
Expectations shape a man.
I don't want to see what Wanigamu Vinny is.
Whatever that meant. But 4 siblings, rap G. As
There
an
you
only
go.
child, I couldn't even begin to comprehend what that must have been like.
Is this the first one? Hold on. I'm gonna do something funny. You could sue me, I don't give a crap. We're counting them. We're counting them. We're counting them. Not as good as Anon's encore voice, though, yeah. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. A P counter, like the South Park poop episode. I thought it was the South Park where they kept saying shit and fuck or whatever. It was like a swear counter. Most are half siblings though. Alright.
Living in the dorms after something like that must be a cakewalk. Quite curious about dormitory life as well. What with having to spend the next half year there, I decide to bring the topic up again as we're walking through the building. This is your last year, right? So that's 4 years in the dorms. Don't you miss your family?
Sometimes I do, I guess. But I only moved in last year. We used to live in the area before that.
Huh. No shit?
Yeah, until Dad got a job one state over. The whole family had to move, but I was already halfway through my studies here, so I figured I'll stay.
I see. And how's that going? Damien frowns, but it's short-lived.
I said shit 162 times.
It's not so bad, I guess. The buildings are all totally modern and stuff. Plus, I get to share a room with Ben. Ha ha!
Oh?
Well, that explains everything. I mean, I couldn't see Ben wanting to do anything with Damien otherwise. But if they've been forced to live together, that does indeed require talking to each other every now and again. And hey, if Ben is really the Boy Scout he comes across as, that goes hand in hand with Damien's apparent moral compass. Maybe they aren't as different as I first thought them to be. Different covers of the same book, or something like that.
Yeah, he helped me file my papers. I couldn't get all of them approved in time because, like, we were in the middle of moving and stuff. And I was told to go find someone from the student council for help, so I did.
And you found Ben?
What a transition.
Uh-huh. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have gotten in. But Ben was there, like a surgeon's knife. Bang! He worked his magic, and I got a room.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Mia's voice could be surprised. I forget what Mia sounds like, but Olivia does not sound like a woman. She sounds like it sounds like one of those gender benders, to put lightly.
Interesting choice of words, though. And I wasn't even aware there are rooms for 2. My parents must have paid premium for me to get my own then.
Unless they changed it, which I doubt.
Not that I mind.
Yeah, Ben's got his way with paperwork. I don't know how he does it, but I think he actually enjoys it.
Well,
Is there a Snoop game mod of Papers, Please? I don't think so. I've seen art. Wanigamu was allegedly the original version of Wani before Caveman on... Wait, there was an original version before... Oh wait, there was, because Olivia was originally, what was it, N Rule's creation? Like, I don't know the details before when N Rule made Olivia, and then when Wani Gator came around. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's based on the original, but isn't one-to-one the same, yeah. Like, I want the original where it was like Olivia going down the ramp and then landing on Inko. Where's that? Where's that original Wani Gamu, huh?
Enjoying paperwork?
So they have to pay for AI voices, I don't know. Not make Damien sound like John Cena.
Each to their own, I suppose, but damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, Ben's Ben. If he was anyone else, he just wouldn't be himself.
He's never himself.
I didn't find out till way later that he actually wanted to leave the dorms that year, but if he lost the room, I couldn't have gotten in. I'm not sure what that was all about, but it did mean that I owed him a solid.
Let's just thank whoever created her that they did so, yeah. I think I'm still subbed to N Rule. He doesn't post anything, though. Trailer fuel.
And did you repay him yet?
Hells yeah, I became his best friend.
I would have just gotten him a pizza or something. Maybe a plate of hot dogs. Something to snack on during a long night of passionate bureaucracy. Something that would have held actual value to Ben in any case. Then again, he didn't move out this year either, it seems. So I guess he's fine being Damien's best friend and roommate.
Oh, whoops. Here we are.
I look around and find that we're at a crossroads, literally. The road straight ahead leads to the gates, and the one behind us goes back to the main building. The two to the sides go to each dormitory building, I'm assuming. There's even part of, like, a track field spectator stand or some kind of podium sticking out from behind one of the structures. I got so lost in the conversation back there that I've almost forgotten I have a task to do. To meet a girl, namely. But it's good to be out in the sun after such an underwhelming day. Reminds me to fix my posture, taking a deep breath of the spring air. The campus grounds are nice here at least. Lots of greenery.
I'll be back later. Gonna sleep and finish the stream after. Okay, I don't blame you. This'll put you to sleep.
There are some other students milling about, talking to one another and hanging out in cliques. Some carnivore jocks passing a rugby hand egg thing back and forth. If I wanted to join, would they make a spear chucker joke? The people here seem cool with the fact that I'm a human, but I still wouldn't put it past them. Makes me wonder which groups might have the more popular kids. Usually I can tell just by looking at them, but these dinos are all either extremely preppy, or else all under the radar types like Damien. And what about the girls?
Do I remember this? I don't know if I remember this. Oh god, all the mods like... Oh god, we got fishing trip. Because this is on my old PC. Goodbye, fishing trip.
I've been thinking about what kind of girl this Olivia could be. And I guess Damien should be in the know on that. They're classmates after all.
And they're not related.
Hey, D, you know this girl,
The
right?
Dino?
Olivia? Seen her around?
Kinda.
Kinda. What's that?
Becoming Damien's best friend is probably no harder than just giving him a pizza and hot dogs. This version, anyway. The real one's pretty emotionally smart. I think that you could be both their best friends by doing that.
Aren't you two classmates?
A whole platter of wieners. Oh god, are we making fun of Femboy Ben?
Well, I mean, yeah, but we don't talk that much. She's taking one of them artsy courses, so we don't really have, like, classes together, outside of homeroom and art history.
Artsy? What, like a painter or something?
Yeah, I think. Her stuff is pretty neat, actually. It all has this unique vibe. Like, her perspective on things is so different from mine, or yours, or anyone's. It's just out there. But that's understandable, considering how she is.
Seeing my quizzical glance, Damien turns bashful all of a sudden.
You'll see.
Okay. Moving on. Right, so this way to the girls' dorms, yes?
Uh-huh. Want me to wait for you? I could give you a tour of the place and stuff.
I think about his offer, but shake my head in the end. Nah, it's okay. Maybe some other day?
Sure thing. Tell Olivia I said hi, would you?
Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Inko!
I knock on the door, its name tag boldly reading Olivia A. Gator. I'm expecting some flavor of a brooding alt girl to answer. Isn't that what all of these art hoes are like? And as such, I have, of course, taken a cool pose. As much as you can with a bunch of notebooks and shit in your arms. Maybe the girls in class weren't immediately infatuated with me, but I'm sure I can fix that now. And it was their loss at any rate.
I'll be right there.
A muffled shout comes from the other side of the door. It's a clearly female voice.
No, it's not.
Duh. Sorta harsh and throaty, though I can't tell for sure just yet. I'll wait till she shows up and hold my most dashing, suave smile till then. And hold And hold. And hold. And... Okay, what the fuck? Just as my patience is about to end, the lock finally rattles open.
This is copyrighted. Awful.
Oh.
Hi?
Ugh.
Oh, he's right.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
It's literally just a dude holding their nostrils together and just talking to the microphone. That's what it sounds like.
I have these for you. I unceremoniously hand the gator the notebooks and all her other school shit.
Huh?
She takes a look at the pile of crap I just gave her, and her face lights up in realization.
Oh, thank you. But wait, who? You must be the new guy, right? Need something?
Wow, I never thought being recognized could feel this disappointing. It's neato.
Sorry. But, thanks again for bringing me my stuff, Nito.
She holds one of the folders up in the air to emphasize her point. I don't care. In fact, I'm quick to shoot her down before she could misunderstand the situation.
Sounds kind of robotic to me. Well, dude, they're all robotic.
Yeah, it was Mr. Yodekin's idea, because you can't come to class or something? As I say it, I look Olivia over in detail for the first time. Going by the wheelchair, I would assume she's got a broken leg or something, but I don't see a cast or anything of the sort. She doesn't look like someone who's been hit by a truck either. Maybe she's had surgery done lately?
Excuse me, eyes up here.
No need to look at my wheelchair.
Huh? Oh, she
You
must not
pervert.
have liked me ogling her wheelchair. What's the deal with that thing anyway? You do know that all the stairs have those grandpa ramps and shit, right? Can't you wheel yourself to class or what? If you need a handler, nurse, thing, then I think I can get you one. At least I'm pretty sure that through Damien I could get Ben to do it. He's the local miracle worker in these parts, isn't he? Thank fuck I could stop myself from saying Tard Wrangler, though.
It's my shitty spare chair, 'cause the other one is in the shop. Not like you need to know. So I think that I can make the decision if I want to go to class or not, on my own, perfectly well, thank you very much.
Wait. Fuck. She's actually disabled? Oh, fuck. Shit, sorry, I didn't mean... I'm sorry?
Sorry for what? You...
Although clearly agitated now, she doesn't bother to finish the sentence, whatever colorful name she was just about to call me. Instead, she takes a deep breath, trying to remain civil.
It's like she's not talking. She has Stephen Hawking's speaker.
Forget it. It's fine.
It sounds like a dude trying to be a chick.
I'm sorry for exploding like that.
What?
Look, you couldn't have known. You brought me my stuff here, and I'm sorry for shouting at you. It just sucks so bad that I can barely leave this fucking room. I can't even go get my groceries because I'm afraid the wheels are gonna fall off.
I can get them for you. Still slightly panicked, I speak the words before I realize it. As an apology? Please work. I don't want to be the guy that bullied a cripple. If that happened, I'd have to switch schools for sure. And
Oh. Okay.
I don't want... If that happened, I'd have to switch schools for sure. And I just got here. She appears to be thinking it over. That's good. Keep doing that.
Okay.
Really? I mean, sure. Yeah, no problem.
And going, I want to hug that gator. I'll never forget that look. This Inco, Olivia's fat, fatty, fat. Yeah.
Cool.
Is this all?
Yep.
I examine the shopping list Olivia has handed me as we arrive at the gates of the campus. Despite her outburst from earlier, she insisted that she should escort me here because she could use the walk. Looks like a standard list of groceries, plus a few other items, like a new paintbrush.
You can get all of them at the mall. Over there.
Over there.
I follow her outstretched arm and quickly pinpoint a large cube-shaped building towering over the others.
But I gotta go watch the NCAA tournament like a normie too. Alright. How did she know he was looking at her wheelchair if he's wearing sunglasses? I don't know, maybe his head's tilted?
With the school built on top of a hill, there's a great view over the rooftops of the city. Generic suburbia core to one side, downtown to the other. It's not an insignificant distance, and I can understand why Olivia wouldn't want to wheel herself there and back. Gonna take me a good 20 minutes both ways, so it's probably double that for her. I guess I'd have to learn the layout of the town sooner or later anyway, so this is as good a time as any.
I'll wait for you here by the gardens, okay?
All right, sure. I'll be back in a jiffy. Where the fuck is the art supply store? With a sigh, I drop the heavy shopping bag on a bench, then plop down beside it. I let my head fall behind on the backrest, looking up at the canopy of escalators and leftover Christmas decoration overhead.
I'm surprised that doesn't say like MILF coffee. That'd be funny.
Shiny, oversized ornaments hang from above like men hoisted on the gallows, slowly rotating aimlessly to whichever way the AC is blowing.
This track with the weird bass.
Describes my current mood pretty well too. Rap G. What a day this has turned out to be.
Rap G. Rap G.
Oh, what a sweet time I could have had exploring the mall. I could have made a whole day of it.
Olivia's being nice.
I could have been spending my time going from store to store, trying on a bunch of different outfits, with some body-rotting mall fast food in between. I even found a goofy-looking lava hot topic, and I'm so sure I could have pulled off a modern punk wave setup for an Altspo thread. Some of those black wife beaters had so much energy. Probably could have even brought Damien with me. I bet his antics would have made the whole thing much more interesting. Shit, maybe we could have stringed Ben along too. Blue Boy strikes me as the kind of guy who doesn't go out much. But no, I'm playing Reaper-Man for a stranger, and that's just great. Why does this girl need so much crap anyway? Oh, whatever. I only have my dumbass self to blame, not figuring out what someone sitting in a fucking wheelchair means. Yeah, nice going. Fine, let's just get this shit done.
What does Rap G even mean? It's Raptor Jesus.
Last item on the list. Get it,
But
and you're free.
it's just a more stupid slang of it.
So, let's be smart about this. This is a mall. There must be a map or an information booth somewhere, because, like, they probably want people to find their stores and spend money? That should be the big idea anyway. Looking around, I scan the walls for a map or anything of the sort.
Need to go cook dinner. Alright, Andrew.
There's a whole lot of nothing for a while. Then, lo and behold, my eyes are fixated on a large rectangular box sticking out of the ground, adorned by the letter I on top, an information terminal. Bingo. With renewed vigor, I haul my stuff over there and... Huh? What kind of buttons are these? Which one do I press to... Let's, well... What's that? A dino footprint? I guess that could be a map. Wait, no. Fuck! What's this? The history of... No, damn it.
Jeezy
This is just the
Creases.
story of the building.
Any kind of girl would buy at least 3 malls. What's the main plan after Snoot? What do you mean after Snoot?
Why would anyone need that on an information board? Is this what corporate insecurity looks like? Advertising your mall inside the mall. Ugh. Okay, which button do I press to go back? Like, spearhead to the left? No, don't fucking read the thing out loud. Spearhead right. No, I don't want my picture
No.
taken. What the hell?
Not that, the other one, top right corner.
What? Like this? The large boulder rock thing? Okay, now we're back at the main menu again.
What do you need?
A fucking map, that's what I need.
Oh, well then press the dino button.
They're all dino buttons. And who am I even talking to?
Gosh, sorry. Where are my manners? Didn't mean to be nosy. My name is Elizabeth, but you can just call me Liz.
Now they're planning a Liz route next update.
I'm Inko. And, whoa, she certainly looks long. Now, Inko, don't be eyeballing the weird parts of the weirdos. That's what got you into this mess in the first place.
The Minnesota is spreading. In the Middle Ages, they'd say Gadzooks as a substitute for God's wounds. Really.
Are you looking for something?
Fuck, I did it again. Sorry, I didn't mean to look.
Whatever do you mean? You were trying to find a map, weren't you?
Yes, a map. That's it. I totally need a map.
A neck. Actually, this is supposed to be in the Midwest, so it makes sense they'd sound like that. That's crazy.
Christ, what's with me? All these damn freaks are running a train on me today, I swear. Just pull yourself together, man. You're better than this. Ha! I'm looking for the art supply store. I'm playing delivery man for some crocodile girl, you see. As I mentioned my crippled tormentor, Liz's eyes twinkle with renewed interest.
Yeah, isn't the Olivia here not a baryonyx and is actually a gator?
You can't mean Olivia.
You know her?
Mm-hmm. Not no, but yes, I go to St. Hammond's too. But ooh, I've never seen you around.
Wait, what are you...
I remember that from the trailers. Liz checking out Inko. But it wasn't in the
Sorry.
mall.
You're just so funny looking. And you even have that caveman gout thing going on.
Oh, for the love of... Yeah, I slouch a little. So what?
Oh my. I've seen people with short tails before, but never someone without a tail. I'm sorry, I just can't help it when you're so odd looking.
Wow, geez, and look who's talking.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? I'll let you know that I have a very cute tail.
Oh, I have a cute tail too, all right. Want to see it? It's right there between my legs. Or I don't know, maybe I'll ask the next totem pole for directions. What do you think about that?
Fine. Point taken. Okay, what about this? I help you get to your store to make up for me being rude, and you tell me how you know Olivia to make up for you being rude. Deal?
Do I really have a choice? It's either her or this Dynex distro made to look like an information booth. Fine, let's stick with the weirdo. At least her creators got laid, evidently. Straightening my back, I nod at Liz in agreement. Yeah, sure.
Great, let's go.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
So, what's she like?
Oh, she's just the best. I'm so lucky to have Ms. Prockling as a class teacher. But Yedikin isn't bad either.
You know, we haven't ran into Scalar yet.
Yadakan?
Yes? You know, tarot guy, your homeroom teacher?
No, I mean, yeah, I know. But shouldn't it be Mr. Yadakan to you? I didn't think the school was cool with teacher-student relationships like that.
Ugh, excuse me. That's a bold statement to make about someone you literally just met.
Is it wrong?
Yes, actually.
Actually.
It's just that he prefers it this way. Guy doesn't want to feel old at 30, I guess.
That must be why he didn't like me calling him sir and stuff.
Oh, but don't let that fool you. He can actually be super serious.
So I've noticed.
Good.
Is it?
Uh-huh. You need to keep people in line if you want them to get anywhere, especially us teens.
Wow, so profound. Geez, you sound just like Damien with his expectations shape a man.
Oh, I didn't know you knew Damien too. But then again, you must be classmates, so it all makes sense.
Wait, how do you know him? And Mr. Iotican? And Olivia?
Well, I'm in the student council, silly. It's my job to know
Silly.
people.
Huh, no shit?
Yeah, I helped Damien settle into the dorms, and boy, were all his papers messed up.
I thought that was Ben.
Uh-huh, sure. And who do you think Ben dumped all that crap on?
Somehow, I feel like I just learned something I shouldn't have. I guess Miracle Boy ain't that much of a miracle after all. Yeah, I'd enjoy paperwork too if all I gotta do was to find a minion to do it for me. Though I guess that's kinda cool, having minions in the first place.
Anyways, see you tomorrow?
Huh? I look around, surprised. We're nowhere near the school. Don't you live in the dorms?
Nah, we're renting a place with some of my girlfriends. Gotta have that scholarship money be spent on something.
Scholarship? Rap G. With Ben, Damien, and now Liz. Everyone but Olivia seems to be some sort of goody two-shoes around here.
It's a pretty cool place. We got linoleum floors instead of vinyl and stuff like that, which is super sustainable. I mean, it's not like I'm a hippie or anything, but I do care about the environment. The rest is all popcorn ceilings and boob lights. But it's not like I'm gonna be living there forever, so I don't mind.
Boob lights.
Hey, Ramon.
Yeah, you know, those round lights that look like boobs? The kind you see in every apartment ever.
Oh, those, right.
Yeah, the landlord is a total cheap ass. He even tried to make the furniture look all rustic and stuff. But really, he just bought it all from IKEA and then beat it up with a hammer and then painted over it. I guess it increases the value of the place or something, but it's just so tacky.
Huh, so you're not a hippie, but you're a hipster? Or maybe a realtor? Jeez.
No?
Liz ducks her head at my tease, but she doesn't seem to be offended.
Well, actually, my mom is. She's a realtor, I mean, like for real. Growing up, we always had stuff like interior nest designs running on the TV. And I kinda thought that was how real adult people did things. But when I had the chance to move out and really looked into that sort of thing, I became very interested.
He said his name 3 times. Time for Easter.
And then I realized that it was equal part entertainment and actual useful information. But it was a TV show after all, so go figure.
Huh, okay. I'm getting a bit lost on this info dump, but Liz seems to be enjoying herself.
Yeah, and there was this one episode where they were talking about how to make your own furniture. And Mom and I got so excited we always had our little DIY projects going on after that. Like one time we tried to make a big aquarium in the garage using an old TV case. But then Dad totally fell in love with it and we had to give it to him. And then he put it in the living room and he was all like, "Oh, look at me, I have a big fish tank." Which is totally fun, because he used to fish, like as a hobby, but then he got to curating the tank like the fishies in there were his children, I swear.
Liz laughs at her own story, and I can't help but join in at the mere absurdity of it. Wow, that's something.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Sorry for talking your ear off, though.
Nah, it's fine. It's actually the first normal conversation I've had all day. But I think I'm gonna head back now. My bed is calling me.
Ah, okay. Maybe I should just get some rest today, too. Gonna be running all across campus tomorrow.
Huh? Is it like some student council thing?
Yeah, gonna be putting up posters all around the place. It's just that time of the year.
The fuck does that mean? That time of the year.
Estrus season.
Oh, right. You said you live in the dorms, so you're not from the area?
Nope.
Info dump. There's the writer having a Freudian slip.
So there's a festival coming up soon. It's kind of a biggie, actually.
Oh yeah? What's it about?
It's like a bunch of carnies and other local artists in the region coming to town to show off their stuff. The teachers always tell us to make connections for our future careers, but
Liz raises a hand in front of her mouth as it curls into an awkward smile, looking away as hints of a blush creep across her face. Actually, she doesn't as much as looks away, but instead, her long neck hurdles her head to the side with such force that it makes me wonder how she doesn't get dizzy.
Expose.
Freaking dinos, man. It doesn't seem to bother her any though, and she goes on like normal.
I mostly just end up eating cotton candy and junk.
Liz giggles softly at her own confession. It doesn't amuse me any though. I'm not sure what she might honestly think about it, but to me it comes across as careless. Making connections is just as important as getting a proper education.
Nico loves talking to himself more than he does talking to Liz. Or anyone else for that matter.
Shit, no, it's even more important. But for whatever reason, Liz just doesn't seem to think so. Finished with her giggling, she flings her head back into, conversation range? There's a spark in her eyes too, like she's getting real excited about something.
Normally, it's pretty chill. I mean, we still have to let the students, and all. Oh, but this year we might get our own stall too. So it's like a super lot of work.
Is her neck thicker? I don't know. I don't pay attention to Liz.
Ah, so that's what it is. Right, and this is the point where I skedaddle, before she tried to string me along for that super lot of work as well. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, good luck with that. But I really gotta,
Oh, certainly. Don't let me keep you. See you tomorrow then?
Sure thing. See you tomorrow, Elizabeth.
Would you knock that off? You can just call me Liz,
Sure thing. See you tomorrow, Lizzie.
Ah.
You're impossible.
I trekked the rest of the way back to the campus on my own. Spending time with Liz ended up being so nice, it almost made me forget about all the rest of my problems. Thankfully, in about 5 more minutes, they will all be gone and done with for real. I'll give Olivia her stuff, and then our business is concluded. And if Mr. Yodikin wants me to go through this hassle again, well, I'll just tell him to find another fool. His thing was me making friends anyway, and I think I've made enough friends for one day. Okay, now where's that little goblin? Did she get bored waiting for my hour-and-a-half-long jiffy? Yeah, probably. Though, to be honest, who wouldn't?
No, now we're in Coda.
Maybe she's gone back to her room.
We're in the Codaverse.
Over here.
The creaking of a shitty wheelchair fills my ears. Turning to the source of the sound, I see Olivia rolling towards me, coming out of the shade of some trees and large bushes. Right, she did say something about a garden. But wow, she did wait for me out here then, all alone. What a weirdo. Wasn't she afraid of people seeing her just looking at the canopy or some shit? Does she even have her phone with her or anything? I haven't seen her take it. Maybe she was people watching, like wondering what it's like to be normal. Anyway. Hey, here you go. Sorry it took so long.
Don't worry about it. I knew it would happen.
Huh? She takes the bags I hand her, placing them in her lap and making sure not to drop anything. Then she looks back at me with a very matter-of-fact type of expression on her face.
It was your first time in the mall, wasn't it? I know the art store is kinda tucked in the back, and that's why I usually don't bother. I thought you'd give up too.
That was an option? Yeah, I pulled through.
Dared the odds and rode in on a white steed and everything, huh? What did you say your name was again? K-Nido? In shining armor?
King Ido.
Ugh, Christ, just call me Inko.
Inko? Is that like a nickname, or is it short for something?
What's up with the 101 questions? Let me just get out of here already, damn it. Yeah, it's short for Inko. Ming message. This one's for you. Says goodbye. With that, I turn heel, more than happy to end the conversation. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting taste of what the fuck in my mouth for days yet. Rapji. And I called Liz weird?
Rapji.
Compared to Olivia here, she's like a superstar.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. My jokes are all hilarious.
Not that.
Huh?
We both knew the other's name before we ever met.
So?
Isn't that funny?
I take a good look at Olivia, trying to figure out just what the hell she's talking about. The expression on her dino face says nothing to me. I mean, she seems to be having a good time, but I don't get it. No?
Oh, come on. How often does something like that happen?
Well, she's got me there. But so what? Okay? She deflates at my apparent disinterest. Or rather, she looks flat out disappointed, for whatever reason. I don't think I've ever seen someone talk so heatedly about nothing before.
You really don't care, do you?
Why should I? Coincidences happen all the time, so why is this one so special? And you better not start telling me how there are no coincidences.
What am I, some nutjob yoga instructor? Do you see a deck of tarot cards on me or something?
Oh no, you had it right at nutjob already.
Coincidences might happen often, but not this one coincidence. You can't ever have it happen again your whole life, 'cause you can't unmeet me. Like maybe if you got amnesia or
But I
something,
can
but that's not
unalive
the
you.
same. It had this one chance of happening, and it did. Isn't that cool?
No?
Wow, never mind then. You're a lost cause.
I am a lost cause. Then what does that make her?
This feels like the AI woman from Soma talking to the MC.
But I don't point that out. I don't want her going on a spiel about statistics or personality types or whatever else.
I know, she's bringing out the poll statistics.
Instead, I, very animatedly, wave her goodbye, trying to escape this situation already. Sure, bye. And luckily, this time she
Take your
lets me go
racist
without another
statistics
word.
with you too. Nighty, a teacher told me you're fucking.
The sun
your
is just
fucking
about
name.
starting to
Stop
set
acting
as I
like
enter
it's
the
a big
dormitory
deal.
building, painting the bleeding skies beautiful streaks of red, orange, and pink. I put my wallet containing my resident ID card against the sensor on the wall to gain entry and delve into the depths of the building. Though winter is long gone, there's a noticeable difference in temperature in here, putting me at ease. I knew my first day in a new school would be tiring, but I never would have guessed it would be so eventful. I stretch and yawn as I walk past the vending machines that I can absolutely foresee being the source of many of my future breakfasts, then call the elevator at the end of the hall. My room is on the 6th floor, so there's no way in hell I'll be climbing the stairs.
Yeah, I realize it's using Snoop Game's UI, so it's the guitar pick rather than the paintbrush. I know it took me 6 streams to realize this and how not fitting it is.
Makes me wonder which floor Damien and Ben could be on. Din dong ding. I'll ask Damien tomorrow. Maybe we could have a party in celebration of my arrival. Would these dudes be down with drinking, though? Dee keeps me guessing, and Ben, well, he's a Boy Scout, but apparently the kind that enjoys abusing the powers that come with his position. It's a coin toss, really. And would Lizzie Lizard be interested? She knows all three of us boys, so it might not be a stretch. Oh well, we'll see. I get out of the elevator, content with putting off tomorrow's problems till tomorrow actually comes around. For the rest of the day, my only goal is to relax.
Let's be honest, you don't relax. You monologue 24/7.
But of course, someone is dead set on ruining it. Albeit muffled by a closed door, sounds of an intense argument hit my ears.
Look, I just can't.
But you know how important this is. To me? To the school?
To me.
I know, but I still can't come. I've told you already.
Uh-oh, trouble in paradise. But now wait just a minute. These voices sound awfully familiar. One of them does anyway.
Do they have to add AI voice to the elevator sounds?
It can't be Damien. What's he doing in there? And who's he fighting with?
His
Standing in
boyfriend.
front of the door now, I consider my options. It would be a lie to say dormitory drama doesn't intrigue me. This is going to be my community for the time being, so getting up to speed with rumors and stuff could be beneficial. But do I really want to intrude upon these people I barely even know? They're both male voices, and even though I've only ever heard him talk once for like 2 seconds, I have a feeling Damien's opponent is in fact Ben. In which case, it's an argument between close friends, and not something I should get involved with.
Damien literally told you that Ben's his roommate.
On the other hand, though, Damien was a bro to me all day, so maybe I could be a bro back to him if I could ameliorate this situation. While I stand around outside, the argument in there continues unabated, just now reaching its climax by the sounds of it.
Sure. I should probably drop a save anyway.
Okay, this is absolutely not good. I don't care if they'll think I'm a snoopy asshole, I'm going in there.
Liz's dark secret is that her name is actually short for lizard.
Immediately, my hand flies onto the door handle, but just as it does...
Just like it's, what is it, Olivia A. Gator, it's Elizabeth something lizard.
The door explodes open with a loud bang right in my damn face.
We're at that level of creativity here.
If I was slower just one beat, I'd be smudged against the wall right now.
Then we got like Damien something spitter and Ben something psychopath.
I can't believe you right now.
What do you expect me to do?
How about if you cared for once? Is that too much to ask for?
But... Ben, hey! Fuck me.
Wow,
Ben's
who's
not gonna
shitting
fuck
his
you.
cereal?
Huh? Inko, didn't see you
That's
there.
hard.
You live on this floor too, huh? Were you, did you hear?
Yeah, it was kind of hard not to.
Oh. Did you hear the whole thing?
Nah, I just got here. What's happening? Damien sighs again, deeply, looking first into the room, then at me, then towards the elevator Ben used to get away. This is the first time I'm seeing him be anything but happy.
Come, dude, I want to show you something.
Okay? With that, Damien beckons me down the hallway, past the communal kitchen, and unbeknownst to him, past my own room, to a large glass door. On the other side of it, there's a balcony.
Back to the Codeverse. Maybe we can find Claire here.
I
Get a
actually
real
noticed it
route
when I
going.
moved in yesterday, but couldn't find a way to get onto the balcony itself. There are 2 doors to it on every level, one locked and the other being the emergency exit. Obviously, I can't go through a locked door, even if it's one made out of glass, and I didn't want to risk setting off an alarm or something, opening the other one.
Benzodiazepines.
Damien, however, confidently steps up to the emergency exit. He pulls his student card from his wallet and puts it between the door and its frame at a specific spot. Then, after double-checking, whatever he is double-checking, he pushes the door open in one swift motion. No alarms go off.
Not bad, eh?
Huh, no, not bad at all. I watch Damien close the door, leaving his ID card in the same spot again. Probably so we'll be able to get back inside. A useful trick. This way, we can have total privacy for our talk, because I'm like totally expecting a talk to happen. As I walk up to the railing, I take a look around out here. A few chairs and a table, a couple of ashtrays, a lamp without a bulb, and absolutely no cameras.
This is what Inko looks like in the Codaverse. He looks very blocky, very MS Painty.
I can see for quite some distance from up here too, over the walls and above the city to the horizon.
Inko literally has a blockhead going on. He's like a Lego character that's grown longer limbs.
The mall looks so small from over here, even though it's 4 stories high in itself.
I'm convinced we're in Lego City now. A dino's freaking the fuck out in Lego City.
People are coming and going down below. Teachers and students making their way to the parking lot. An older-looking gardener packing up his stuff. The air is considerably colder than earlier, now that the sun has set almost entirely. There's still some red in the sky, but the ever-dark night is creeping in from all directions.
Dude, looks like a sketch for the Grinch's Ultimatum, but Inko instead, it does.
Damien joins me after making sure he's secured the door.
My face when there's nothing to make fun about in this game.
As he does, to my great surprise, he takes out a lighter and pack of cigarettes from his back pocket, lighting one almost immediately. The orange glow soon dancing upon his dino features makes him appear otherworldly. Hey, can I bum one of those? He takes a long drag, then shrugs, passing me a smoke and helping me light it. Menthol, just what I was expecting. To be honest, I didn't actually need to ask Damien for a cigarette. I have a near full pack inside the lining of my jacket and 2 more hidden away in my room. My intention is to owe him a favor because I've found that's one of the easier ways to make friends. Someone you're likely to be compatible with won't be afraid to ask you for stuff or to expect you to pay them back. I scratch your back and you scratch mine, or something like that. That's why I hate those overly polite pricks too. The kind that bend over themselves backwards, never to owe anyone anything. Always saying stuff like, happy to do it, or it's no big deal.
I'm surprised no one's complained about the music being quiet. Now I can hear the bow, 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 bow.
I mean, what's the idea there? Do they want to be perfect at just about everything and go through life alone forever? Not ever having someone have their backs? Like that's a risk they just can't take.
Smoking menthol is like a trigger.
Or as if they couldn't in their wildest dreams imagine that anyone would want to be nice to them, like they don't deserve it. That's just so pathetic.
Inko, just shut up and smoke already.
At first I thought Damien would be like that too. But even though he's never explicitly told me that I owe him for letting me use his locker, or for showing me to the girls' dorms, or for anything else he's offered to help me with, I'm not getting the feeling he did these things purely out of the kindness of his heart.
People complain about hearing voices, whereas Inko here, he is the voice.
I mean, he did do it out of kindness, but it's clear he expects me to be nice back to him. He so wouldn't be cool with me forever depending on him for free, or for treating him like a pushover. Isn't that what their fight with Ben was about? I didn't hear much, but even then I got that Ben wants Damien to do something he simply can't or won't do. I steal a sideways glance at the red dino, trying to figure out what he might be thinking.
Damien has smoked a whole pack while Inko is monologuing. True.
Should I wait till he picks up the conversation? Because right now, he doesn't look like he wants to talk about it, looking off into the distance with a 1,000-yard stare and puffing on his cigarette.
No, this isn't Inko. This is Thinko. He thinks too much.
Let's get the ball rolling. Maybe that'll break the ice. You know, this doesn't strike me as the sort of responsible older brother behavior. I first motion towards the door, and then to the cigarette hanging from his mouth. He takes another drag with an amused expression, huffing the smoke out through his nostrils.
Yeah, well, nobody's perfect.
I wait for him to elaborate on that point, but he doesn't. Instead, he turns to face me properly, away from the railing.
So what do you think?
He nods his head towards the main building, raising an eyebrow. Now that's a change of topic if I've ever heard one. But, what do I think?
What do you think, buddy? You could write a whole novel about it and sell it.
I give the question some thought, breaking off the ash from the end of my toque and watching the embers spiral to the ground. So far so good, but it's not like I've seen much of it, you know?
I think you'll like it here. The teachers are all pretty good, and the people are cool too.
With some exceptions, eh?
What do you mean?
Mono L Log. That's who this should be. His name should be Mono. I think O, therefore I am O.
This time, it's my turn to raise an eyebrow at Damien. We both know I was referring to a certain blue, whatever the fuck species Ben is. But fine, I'll take his question at face value.
Editing, what is that? We're just winging it. We're winging it. We're going forward.
Well, that Olivia girl is kinda weird.
Oh?
Damien is looking at me quizzically, waiting for me to further the thought. And I'm quite surprised by that, actually. What, you don't think so? Before answering me, Damien takes a final drag of his cigarette, snuffing the butt in one of the ashtrays as he snorts the smoke out his nose again.
Why? 'Cause her legs don't work?
What? No! Maybe... I mean, honest to God, the wheelchair was the least weird thing about her.
And what if she thought you were
You
weird?
mean kinda ugly. Yeah, what if Olivia started reading your thoughts, man?
What kind of question is that? Like, what do I care what that weirdo thinks? But, she did call me a lost cause. She did actually say something like that.
Ha, see? There you have it.
Laughing, Damien pushes himself away from the railing and starts walking back to the door.
Thinko thinks way more than Anon mumbles.
Meanwhile, I'm left dumbfounded.
Oh,
He
God.
can't seriously think I'm... Dude, what? Are you seriously taking her side? Like, for real?
Ashtrays, where are they again? It's truly a quantity over quality type game. It is.
You did come to school without a bag, deliberately.
Frustrated, I flick the still-lit stub of my
Oh, God,
cigarette over the
Anon.
railing, then
Anon
join
face.
Damien at the door. He's already in the process of unlocking it, and in this darkness, I can't read
Looks
his
so
face at all.
uncanny. I hate it.
But if he thinks he can call me a loser and just walk away, then he's got something else coming to him. I'm already opening my mouth to tell him what for, but he speaks up first.
Look, what I'm trying to say is that it's not so binary who's weird and who isn't.
As he finishes his sentence, Damien straightens his back, pulling the door open. The warm air coming from inside creates some draft, lifting my clothes and caressing my face gently. Following Damien inside, I'm quite relieved to hear he actually had a point to make, and didn't just so call me a weirdo out of the blue like that. Although it only makes me slightly less annoyed about it. Especially because what he says makes no sense. Clearly, there are cool people, and then there are all the rest. And way on the other end of the scale, there are the people like Olivia. But Damien here is talking like he just doesn't understand the concept of popularity. Which would explain his appearance honestly, but how does he plan to be a fashion designer with an outlook like that? Does he expect to make any kind of clothes he wants and that people will still buy them? That's just not how it works. It's not how the world works. There can only ever be one Mona Lisa. If it wasn't yours, then tough luck. There are no runner-ups. And it's the same with life too. You either get ahead or you don't.
You took the purple stuff.
Olivia falls firmly under the you don't category. And that's all there is to it. I say goodnight to Damien, then we both walk back to our respective rooms. Guess we ended up not talking about the Ben situation, though I'm not in the mood to anymore either. But anyway, maybe Damien just needed someone to help get his mind off of things. I could sure use something like that too. I flop onto the bed, face down, as if the will to live suddenly left of my body. This was one complicated, tiring day. I figure right now would be the time to do my homework and to study for tomorrow. But I won't. For one thing, I don't even know what it is I should be doing. No bag means no books either. I haven't even written anything down. Which means that tomorrow I'll need to take a notebook with myself, in the very least. I end up laying in bed for a long time, doing absolutely nothing. After that, I take a hot shower, which I do in my own personal bathroom. And finally, I prepare dinner.
Thinko's like the person who does anything but nothing. Like, all he does is think.
That is to say, I make a round trip to the vending machines on the ground floor. Because even though I've spent the larger part of the afternoon hunting down stuff in the mall, I totally didn't realize that I had my own shopping to do also. Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. For now, I just enjoy the bitter solace of this no-one's room as I devour my food, scrolling social media deep into the evening. After dinner, mostly I'm just laying down, motionless, save for my finger flicking across the screen. But every hour or so, I get the urge to stand up and pace about.
If I had to say one thing nice about Thinko, it's probably he never has to suffer tinnitus.
It must be the stress combined with the feeling of having nothing to do. I resent the pointlessness of it. In the end, I force myself back into bed, picking a random movie from Stoneflix to watch. At the start, it's relatively entertaining, some comedy thing, but by the middle, I find it hard to keep my attention focused on it. My eyes are growing tired, and my mind slow. It's not necessarily that I don't care about the plot. I just don't care about it.
You're too busy thinking. You can't hear the things over your own thoughts.
So, soon I shut my phone off and settle between the pillows. And after about another 10 minutes of tossing left and right, finally, sweet oblivion finds me.
Bro's keeping himself up with his own thoughts. It's like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Inko, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Man, but do you really know how uncomfortable this bed is? Oh god, this fucking part, dude. This fucking part. My god.
Arfk.
Well, it looks like Damien and Ben are at it again.
Come on, D. Pull yourself together, man.
But I can't.
Where are you looking, buddy? Dude, what are you doing?
Rough morning?
Coffee machine broke.
That kills me every time. Coffee machine broke.
I sigh, rubbing my temples. Didn't take Damien for such a whiny baby.
What do you expect? He's doing fashion. He's not with Solly.
I can absolutely understand his frustration, though.
He's not Solly's fucking pet or whatever. He's not teacher's pet.
This morning I wanted to sneak in a quick little nerve-calming smoke before class.
He's the thing he smokes!
Just couldn't get through that stupid emergency door.
If you catch my drift.
Still, I'm a lot better at not wearing my emotions on my sleeve than Damien here. Even his flabby chin thingies are droopy, like a rabbit's ears would be. It's kinda disturbing, honestly, though I'm slowly getting used to the sight of them. All these dinos are so freaky. Sure, it's not my first time seeing them, but it's the first in such density and for such a prolonged period of time. It appears my last semester is going to be one wild ride.
Inko doesn't need coffee. He's fueled by the by the sounds of his own thoughts.
Next to me, Damien sits up, after having nearly obliterated his notes under an ocean of drool, yawning and stretching, popping and cracking his joints loudly. Christ, you need to see someone for that.
I know I do.
Nah, it's cool. Feels great.
Not for me.
He then proceeds to cradle his head in his arms, twisting it to the side, straight out of an Exorcist movie, as if he was trying to break his own neck. A loud, sickening, scrunching noise splits my eardrums. Then Damien sighs with glee, slumping down into his seat contently.
We need a When Worlds Collide of this. When the Canon Wani crew think it will just stand in place, not saying anything. He'll just be sitting there with his arms crossed. and looking with that pouty look or whatever, just thinking, looking at everyone with contempt, like everyone's so below him.
Meanwhile, I'm left traumatized. Not long after, the teacher enters the room and class begins, finally giving me something to focus on away from Damien's shenanigans. It's a literature class, exactly as boring as it sounds.
Hey, you're making poetry in your head. You think you'd like this class.
With a teacher who's like this old-fashioned librarian lady look-alike, not a whole lot to look at. So that combined with her dead, monotone delivery, I soon find myself paying little attention to the lecture, doodling on the margins of my notebook.
Thinko, my dude, you're all monotone here.
Damien seems to share my sentiment, slowly but surely reducing himself into a balled-up glob of snoring dino meat. The teacher gives him a look, but ultimately doesn't seem to care. Maybe her coffee maker broke too. Or maybe we're just simply sitting far enough in the back. As in, literally, the very last row. And that's only because I got here early, and Damien was in no shape to make me sit in front after I first rejected his gracious offer. Who in their right mind would want to sit in the front? You'd need to be the worst kind of nerd to want to do that. And, a nerd, huh?
Aren't those glasses prescription?
As the thought crosses my mind, I'm reminded of Liz and her scholarship thing. Guess it can pay off to be a nerd in this place.
Which reminds me, if they're prescription glasses, why don't they ever transition out of there?
Makes me wonder if I could somehow score a scholarship. I'm awesome after all. And I can totally imagine there being some sort of fund for humans or whatever too. Maybe I should ask Liz about it the next time we meet. Where is she anyway? I've been keeping my eyes peeled all morning and haven't seen her. And it's not like she's the type that gets easily lost in a crowd. Quite the opposite. Must be a real pain for her to navigate around the school though. A pain in the neck, literally. Oh well, maybe I can spot her during lunch period. The cafeteria has a high ceiling, so it should be all good.
I finally get to run into Mia.
Which reminds me, I'm also curious about what the food is like here. I didn't go through the chow line yesterday, still having a day-old sandwich stashed away in my jacket dimension.
Ghost eyes are light sensitive. They're always dark.
That was the better outcome too, apparently. Damien had some sort of tofu-based abomination, and ever since I was left hoping the menu today will have something actually edible.
You think Anon's eyes would be light sensitive?
We'll see, I guess. And see we do indeed. I do anyway. Because it just so happened that Damien and I had different electives right before lunch break. At any rate, I enter the cafeteria by myself. Then, grabbing a tray, I follow the swirling crowd of dinos to the counter. I don't immediately get in line, instead edging on the periphery just behind
no, he's
the others,
edging.
trying to scout out
What a
today's
fucking
menu
gooner.
from afar. But as the bodies keep circling around me every which way, I get pushed into the aisle regardless, like in a busy beehive. I frown, not very happy about this turn of events. But I suppose I'll just have to make the most of it. So I try sticking to the outer line and letting people push their way past me. At the same time, I stick with the more carnivore-looking folks, figuring that maybe this way I could find something like a steak or some tasty, tasty bacon. Even if they serve it raw, that's miles better than the alternatives. Worst case scenario, I still have half a pack of peanuts from the vending machines.
No, I'm hungry.
No matter how hard I try though, I just can't see over the crowd. Wings and crests and all sorts of dino-exclusive appendages blocking my view. Meaning that I should probably get in line properly, but I don't want to waddle by the whole counter one half step at a time, just to find out they have nothing I like. Then I'd have to start over and pick the least worst option after another 5 minutes of waddling. Or settle for the peanuts. To make things worse, people keep bumping into me, because apparently I'm holding up the line. Screw them, I'm just trying to see the...
And Mia time.
Go!
Go!
Out of my way, butthead.
What the...
What the...
The first thing I see as I come to is a pair of leather boots, filling my vision. They're adjoined by a pair of thick legs that in turn form up to an equally wide and muscular torso, above which sits the angry face of a dinosaur. A dinosaur girl. Was she the one who tripped me? What the hell? The crowd around us quickly thins out, and I'm left splayed out on the floor as this incarnation of fury stands above me.
What are you? Some kind of a retard? Standing in the middle of the damn line watching the clouds?
Okay, now she sounds like fucking, like, one of the Microsoft voices, like Microsoft Anna or some shit. Or was it Microsoft Mary? I forget.
Nobody stands between me and my food. Got that? Nobody! Especially not some Homo sapien twink.
The way that was just delivered. Keep quiet. We gotta be submissive, right? We gotta go to Ben route. That's how Ben
Well,
risked
I
her.
guess no school is safe from bullies. It's probably best to just ignore her. Let her think that she's the bigger man
Just
and
your
go on
antenna
with my
and go.
life. Except, the look in her eyes says that it won't be that easy.
What? Nothing to say for yourself?
Still sounds more normal than any other voice so far. So far. And it's barely a step up.
Are all skinnies this pathetic these days? Or is it just you?
Keep calm now. No point getting into a fight.
Yeah, if we can give Anon, or not Anon, Thinko here an Irish accent, what's stopping them from giving like Mia the Boston accent, you know? Are you going to date the spider? The spider. What is that? Is that what he's identifying now as like Mia? Is he literally just skinwalking Mia now that we've clowned on Ben? We've gaslit him into like tuning out.
I get up from the ground, but keep my mouth shut. Sooner or later, this silly scene is bound to end. That's what I think anyway. But for reasons I could not explain, the girl in front of me is only getting more and more worked up. She even has the gall to grab into my shirt as she tries to intimidate me.
Look here, Baldy. The name is Mia, and this is my school. When I ask a question, I expect an answer.
Wow, okay, fine. But what the fuck do I...
Gah!
Suddenly, the girl, Mia, starts shaking me back and forth. I can't even do anything against her strength, like a marionette with its strings cut.
Hello? Anyone home?
Oh, stupid ad for a fucking notification. Jeez.
Rap G, just what is wrong with this girl?
Speaking of G's. Got another G.
Fine. I see you single-digit IQ retard will need a more permanent reminder.
That sounded very broken. That didn't roll off smoothly.
When I come to, again, I notice three things. Firstly, I'm on my ass again, looking up at the faces gathered around me. They all seem mildly concerned, uncomfortable, but nobody moves to help me. Second, Mia is gone. And third, so are my shades. She must have knocked them off me or something. And goddamn, my face hurts like a motherfucker. My right eye feels like it's about to fall out of its fucking socket. Touching the aching spot, I can tell it's already starting to swell up, most likely blossoming into a hideous black eye. I race to find and put my sunglasses on again, before anyone could see. See more than they already have, at any rate.
Cuts off his monologuing.
That bitch can pack a punch, I'll give her that, though.
We're going the Mia route so she can beat us senseless so we don't talk anymore.
Thankfully, I find my shades relatively fast, but before I could get up, commotion on the other side of the crowd catches my attention. I can't see much from here, but it seems people are scrambling to get out of the way of something large and tubular. Oh, what? Is she coming back to finish the job with like a big club or something so she can really bash my face in? With my remaining good eye, I watch the crowd opening up intently, trying to suppress my fight or flight instincts. Alas, the dino girl that singles out of the crowd isn't Mia.
My goodness, Inko!
Oh great, now she shows up. Liz. I quickly get back up on my feet, acting as if nothing happened. Of course, Liz isn't buying it, rushing to me and trying to see under my shades or taking them off me altogether.
Let me see it.
Naturally, I resist her.
My tail?
Not only do I hate that feeling of being naked without my glasses, but she's just making a big deal out of nothing. Stop it.
Come on, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stop.
Inko, just let me...
I said stop! Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. L. Elizabeth.
Liz recoils, stepping away from me awkwardly.
L's in the chat.
Meanwhile, my swollen eye is starting to feel real fucking hot, and there's a pounding in my head, and I'm just so fed up with this entire situation. I don't need help. I don't want no help. Not from Liz, and not from anyone else. I just want to get out of here, get my lunch or go to class or fuck knows what, and be left the fuck alone. I want to be alone more than anything right now. But of course, Liz isn't getting the message, reaching for my glasses once again.
I'm just trying to help.
And with that, the very last morsels of my patience virtually evaporate into thin air. Help? With what? I don't need any help. What's there I should need help with? I snap at Liz as I try to get away, but protest as I might, my body betrays me. Not 3 steps and I stumble, barely getting through the cafeteria doors and needing to support myself on the nearest set of lockers. There are tears collecting under my hurt eye too, but I still keep on acting as if this was all normal. I don't even know why now. The jig is clearly up and Liz is right to worry. What I do know though is still the same as it was a minute ago, that I want to be left alone. I absolutely loathe the damage this whole incident will do to my reputation, barely existent as it was to begin with. The fewer people see me like this, the better.
In the mind of Thinker, you'll never be alone.
And yet Liz still orbits me, showing no signs of wanting to leave.
Inko, even if you don't want my help, you have to see the nurse. Right now.
Right now.
I throw my arm up towards her in a dismissive talk-to-the-hand gesture, once again attempting to walk away and slink through the corridor, trying my best to rid myself of this meddlesome girl. As I do, pieces of a sentence flash through my pulsing brain, and though I'm not sure where I've heard them, they feel appropriate for the situation. Look, I think that I can decide if I want to go to the nurse perfectly well on my... Oh!
Oh!
For the 3rd time in the span of 5 minutes, I'm sitting on my ass on the floor.
Inko? Liz?
Inko.
What's going on?
Bodied by Ben.
Oh,
Absolutely
great.
pathetic.
Him. That's just what I needed. Even more fucking prying eyes. And to be fair, although he's asking, Ben doesn't seem very concerned. More like analytical. Totally keeping his cool. Dude didn't even have the courtesy to fall down after colliding into me like that.
Ben! It's Inko. He needs to go to the nurse, but I just can get him to...
To the nurse. What happened?
He takes a better look at me.
What
Which,
happened?
for some reason, feels more indignant than it probably really is.
Somebody set
Must
us
be
up the
because I'm
bruise.
basically at his crotch level sitting here.
Mia happened.
Mia?
She laid Inko out flat. Bam.
Actually. I try interjecting, to complain, to protect my dignity, but it's as if they can't even hear me.
Aw, that girl. Can't she keep out of trouble for 1 single week?
Yeah, right? I'm so telling the principal after this.
Guys?
No, you can't.
What? I can't? Ben, what are you talking about? Why would you want to defend her? She hates you more than anyone else.
All your base are belong to us. All your belongings are belong to Mia.
And look at what she did to Inko.
Liz, I am so not defending her. But you know just as well as I do what will happen if this turns into another he said, she said story. It will do us no good.
What's happening right now? I'm goddamn invisible over here.
She always squirms her way out of these things.
But
Inko should be the one to tell the principal, right after the nurse took a good look at him. After all, he's the one who...
Oh, for fuck's... Guys! Hearing my indignant shout, finally the two dinos stop, turning to me in apparent surprise. Could you stop talking about me as if I wasn't here? Because guess what? I fucking am. To get the point across, I get up from the ground, looking Ben and Liz in the eye hard. Well, as much as I can with one eye only.
Giving them the
and with
stink
tears
eye.
streaking my cheeks, and while having difficulties keeping my balance.
The stinko eye.
Sorry. I didn't mean to drag you into any school drama. Still, you should definitely see a nurse. Liz, I believe class will be starting soon. I'll take care of this. You may leave. Now?
Now?
Whoa, that's some language right there. I was far from happy about Liz's persistent hassling me, but this is pretty damn harsh. She's taken aback too.
Yeah, it was really squirmy. What?
but
Liz sounds like she's speaking through an Amazon Alexa. They're all dead.
right, sure, Ben, I'll do that.
And Inko, if you would come with me.
Hey Alexa, play Wanigamu. With your voice only.
Though this should feel like a question, he more says it than asks it. Like he's so used to everyone following his orders, the way Liz just did. Makes me want to say no just to spite him. It's never wrong to offend someone with style, but it's better to do it with substance. What if I...
It won't take longer than 20 minutes, and then you'll get the rest of the day off. I think I can see to that.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but I really... Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Giving
So
him
long
the
as you
old
see Mr.
lazy
Yatakan
eye.
after classes and explain the situation to him.
Oh, so that's what he's after. He wants me to dime on Mia. So much for not dragging me into school drama. As I think about it, Liz, albeit hesitantly, leaves us with a short farewell. From the look she's giving,
Well, Liz.
it's obvious she's hoping I'll help their cause and bring Mia to justice. Which apparently is something it seems she's got coming to her for some time now. Usually I'm not the kind of guy who rolls, but getting the rest of the day off too. It's very tempting.
Oh god. Oh, this is new. No rats on this shit. Fuck her hunt and find out.
Actually, no. It's not tempting enough to make me want to snitch. Not on this girl. Were she to find out, it would only bring me that much more hurt. And I've got enough of that going on already. It's not even like I'd have witness protection or anything.
Or wait,
Unless
this is
Mia
this
beat
new
someone
to
else up
me?
This morning, it'd be so obvious that I spilled the beans.
Is that like decision style new to me? Because I'm actually running it through Snoop Game. It was broken through Wani Gator. I don't know.
Thanks, but no thanks. Ben raises a single
This
eyebrow.
game is like a bread sandwich.
Are you sure? It's not like...
I'm sure. Turning the tables on Ben and being the interrupting asshole feels oddly satisfying. Too bad my face is actively trying to melt off of my skull and I can't savor it properly.
Thinko, your thoughts interrupt you all the time.
Well, can I convince you to see the nurse anyway? I could still get you a free pass on classes today. You look like you need it.
Oh yeah, relationship based on intimidation and fear.
That's a surprising turn. All right. No point looking a gift horse in the mouth. Fine. True to his word, Ben sticked with me all through the nurse's
But
inspection.
enough about Wani Hug That Gator. Dude, this is like Wani Hug That Gator after the lobotomy.
Which, also true to Ben's word, took no longer than 20 minutes. including the nurse taking all my data and shit. After checking stuff like making sure my pupils are
taking
still
all
the
that
same
shit,
size,
did he get an enema?
he basically just gave me some painkillers and an eye patch and set me on my way. At first, I didn't want to accept it, but then he told me I'll
You
only
like
get
the
the
nurse?
afternoon
Oh
off
man,
if
a
I take
black
this
eye.
injury
We
seriously.
need to treat this with an enema. Stat.
So I guess he's done this long enough to know how to buy off most students. I even learned that apparently this place has a 24-hour nursing staff. Go figure. Was it that way before Mia started attending the school, though?
Inko stands for itself more than Inko.
Either way, I also get the feeling that this is something Ben does routinely, too. With Liz, they definitely did imply that Mia is a continuous nuisance to them. Or could it be more personal? Ben seemed hell-bent on getting Mia to face the music earlier, maybe even getting her expelled. I decide to ask him about it as we leave the nurse's office.
All right in there?
Head. Wow. Wow. Fall into healthy habits.
Yeah, I'm fine. And, hey, so what's wrong with Mia? Ben looks back at me with some confusion, tilting his head to the side quizzically. Like, yeah, okay. I literally just had to see a doctor because of Mia's shit, so it's probably a stupid fucking question coming from me of all people. Not wanting to sound or look like a moron, I'm fast to clarify. I mean, back there it sounded like you have some serious beef with her. The blue dino sighs, taking his glasses off and wiping them carefully as he thinks about what to say.
It's not as much my beef as the whole school's. You saw what she's like. Now imagine that multiplied for every other student here. It's not an ideal environment for studies, to put it mildly.
Why does she still come here then? If she's this gigantic asshole, how come she hasn't been expelled or anything?
What's wrong with me?
I wish.
Huh?
It's not that simple, Inko. Look, her mother is a pretty influential figure. They make a lot of donations to the school.
Ben pauses here. He probably doesn't want to say it, but yeah, I see what's going on. All of God's little animals are equal, but some are just more equal than others.
And her father, let's just say Mia is protected in more ways than one.
Wait, now that part I don't get. Why is he being so vague? Okay. Whatever. Maybe I shouldn't care so much. I mean, nobody else does, right? Every place has its bullies.
Don't ever chastise yourself for doing the right thing, Inko.
Does Ben still take normal pills in this? I don't think so. If he does, he overdoses.
Ben's voice is surprisingly serious as he says this. He looks at me sternly for a second to emphasize the message, then continues in a softer tone, as if getting embarrassed for showing any emotion.
It's not that simple, Inko. You know, that parabussy is gripping hard for real, not gonna lie. I'm sorry, but Mia has some plot armor in both games, yeah?
Just don't do it.
He takes a deep breath to compose himself, going back to his usual nonchalance and air of superiority.
All right, I'm heading back to class then. Take it easy today, okay?
Don't I ever? Geez,
Headache?
does this guy ever
Wow.
pull the stick out of his ass? Anyway, now that I'm free, let's do what's important. And that is to grab a cig. After the smoke, I spend the rest of the day doing exactly what Ben and the nurse have prescribed me.
It's called shutting the fuck up.
That is to say, I don't do pretty much anything except lounge about on the bed, reading up on all the latest trends and dipping into a couple of cop threads. Gotta say though, the board is such low quality today, I wonder if we're being raided right now. I mean, muscle shirts and gas masks? I don't know what that dude was drinking, but none of those setups screamed big guy energy to me. Regardless, it was a good way to spend the afternoon. Very briefly, I considered going into town to get my groceries till most people are busy in school and at work. But my eye ended up giving me such a wicked headache that I figured the less I moved the better. Thank Raptor Jesus for those painkillers. It's only as classes are about to end that I force myself to get out of bed. figure I better hustle today's homework out of Damien. Or I could just wait for him to get back to the dorms, although I don't know when that's gonna happen. I'm not sure if this school has any clubs, but if they do, then Damien is probably, like, on the track team or something.
Thinko was too busy thinking to trade numbers with people. Classic Thinko.
He looks like the type. I also wouldn't want to intrude upon him and Ben having another argument. Instead, I'll just mosey down there and try to catch Dee leaving the classroom. Or so I think until I get intercepted by a certain blonde pterosaur.
Again?
And soon I find myself by the teacher's desk, babbling on and on about the first excuse that comes to mind.
I see. So that's what happened.
Yes, 100%.
I've got to say, Inko, when I first heard about your injury, I was afraid you might have ran into one of our resident troublemakers.
Who, me? Nah! As if I would ever do something so outrageous as getting into trouble.
Why was I thinking
No,
of
sir,
fucking
not me.
Mia? I'm dumb. It's because I'm so bored. Is this the dev's room?
But to get into a fight with a homeless person,
Homeless
I really must ask
person.
you to use your better judgment in the future. We all expect better from our students here, not to mention the authorities.
Yeah, right. Well, the thing is...
Inko was attacked, Mr. Yedikin. I saw the whole thing.
Nah, you fought with Olivia's wheelchair and lost.
Huh? I mean, yeah, I did. I was. 'Cause, dude was drunk and stuff. Doubt is clearly written across Mr. Iotikan's face. Still, with Wonder Boy Ben backing me up, he has no choice but to accept the story. Didn't expect that to happen. Especially with how important this was to Ben. I thought he'd be angry at me for not telling on Mia. Then again, this could just be some long-term play to get on my good side. I do kinda owe Ben already, so this is probably to cement the idea in my head. Can't tell if Mr. Yodikin have picked up on that, though. It would have been one hell of a coincidence for me to get attacked by a drunk hobo and in clear eyesight of the ever-busy student council president. I should probably work on my reading Dino Face's skill, but he doesn't seem mad at least.
If that's what happened, then that's what happened. I'm sorry to have jumped into any conclusions. And as for you, Master Inko, don't let this incident paint you a picture of our town. I can assure you, it's not representative of us in any way.
Sure? He sighs, then turns to Ben and addresses him in a way more casual tone.
All right, now that all that's over with, Ben, how many times do I have to tell you? It's okay to call me Eoticon outside of class, please.
Oh la la. Seems like I was too fast accusing Liz of being a gold digger, because this is the real shit right here. Ben is gay? I mean, that makes so much sense.
He's being groomed?
Rapji, how did I not see this before? But wait, does that mean that Damien and him living together? No, I shouldn't assume anything. This whole town is one giant trip already, even without me playing Sherlock Holmes. Let's just not think about it for now.
Sorry, force of habit.
With that, Mr. Yodikin claps his hands together, his usual energetic smile appearing on his face.
Well, at least his name's Inko and not... Oh, was there a rap G? Sorry, I'm like dead inside. I was gonna say, imagine if his name was Bait and not Inko. That'd be crazy, man.
Right, then I say we wrap this up here, boys. Ben, we can talk more about all this tomorrow. Now, unless you have anything else you want to run by me...
Well, there are a couple of minor issues regarding the upcoming event I wanted to discuss.
Oh, right. I have almost forgotten in all this excitement.
Excitement?
It's fine, but I think we don't need to bore Master Inko with all that, Yedikin.
Yedikin.
Yeah. Ha.
Oh.
And even though I've heard him make the offer, it's still so very weird to hear Ben casually call a teacher by his name like that.
But Master Inko, if they free your Triceratopses, who will pick the cotton?
And wow, that was marginally close to one of those mock polite orders Ben seems keen on giving everyone. I mean, he might as well have just said, "Yo, you winged fuck better send the baldso away right now."
Correct, you are. However, there's actually one more thing to talk about.
There is?
Yes. Inko. How bad does your eye hurt?
Huh? What kind of question is that? Like, those painkillers are doing a minor miracle over here, and other than the slight remnants of my headache, I'm mostly okay, but... it's fine?
Are you sure?
Yeah? What's this all about?
That's good, that's good. And with that being the case, it wouldn't be any trouble to you if I asked you to take Olivia her supplies again today, right?
Oh, that. Jeez, couldn't he have just asked? Ugh.
Why do they keep saying Master Inko? It's an Idakin thing. Or at least Idakin in here. In older times, Master was a formal address for young, unmarried boys. Don't know why Idakin's being so fucking anachronistic. Someone else do it.
I'm not really up for it today. I mean, I got this headache, and I still got to catch up on all the classes. Yeah. Mr. Iyadakan looks disappointed with my answer. Fortunately, though, he doesn't push it.
All right, Inko. You're free to leave then. Maybe tomorrow. Am I right?
Sure. More like never.
And Master Inko?
Huh?
Do mind your posture. You'll thank me in 40 years.
Bro, you're not even 40 years old.
I really do hate when people point out my slouch.
And aren't you suffering from bone cancer?
Is it even that important? Surely not. Still, I straighten my back and politely nod back at Mr. Iyadakan. Thank you, sir. After that, with a quick farewell, so that no more shitty duties could be dumped on me, I leave the duo to conduct their more intimate business. Where to now? I could sure go for another smoke, though it wasn't that long ago since I had my last one. Shouldn't become a chain smoker before I hit my 30s, so let's hold on for a while just yet. There's always homework, but despite what I've just told Mr. Iyadakan, I don't actually plan on studying. I mean, come on, it's the second day of the semester. Surely I can afford to be a slacker this early on. I could try making some new friends around campus, but... being seen like this could certainly lead to some questions I'd rather not answer. So that leaves me with the option of going into town. I don't feel like sightseeing right now, but I should probably get some groceries. Alright, sounds like a plan. I'll make a quick stop at my room for another pill and for my wallet and shit, then that's that. My trip to town ends up being absolutely uneventful. No getting lost, no running into any more weirdos.
I smoked 2 smokes before. I smoked 2 smokes, and then I smoked 2 more.
Normally, I'd hate wasting
Ain't
a
on
perfectly
be
good
like.
afternoon like that, but today I don't mind. The culture shock hasn't quite worn off yet. Anyway, I suppose it wasn't all a waste either. I did find all the items I was looking for, and even checked out a couple of storefronts on my way back. Figured I might as well look for a backpack, but there's still all semester opener leftovers for now. And I can't afford being seen with last season stuff. Not while I'm working so hard
One
building a
moment.
reputation in a new community. Not that it's been going well so far. I've made a couple of friends, sure, and I got a few contacts in the student council, so I guess that's better than nothing. But what I need to do is make a big... I've made a couple of
I gotta
friends,
let him
sure,
speak.
and I got a few contacts in the student council, so I guess that's better than nothing. But it's not gonna get my name out there. What I need to do is make a big splash. Something big that people would really notice. Something meaningful. Something that doesn't involve being laid out on the floor. Huh?
Oh, he's hearing voices other than his own. Holy shit.
I hear stifled voices through the door, coming from down the hallway. Sounds like Ben and Damien are fighting again. Rap G. I really wish
That's
they'd
another
stop.
one.
Not only is the ache in my head gradually picking up as they keep going on, but they're ruining my concentration too. An idea. I need to come up with an idea. How does one become popular in a school full of cereal mascots?
By becoming a scaly. It's
Well,
time to
it's not
skinwalk,
jumping out at
Finko.
me, that's for goddamn sure. Huh. Right. Well, maybe I could talk
I'm
to
sure it
Liz
says
after she
scale
needs
walk.
help organizing stuff. She's in the student council, so like, she must have some groupies, right?
I lost
Other
track
girls
of
that
what
would
he's saying. We
chit-chat
all
about
have.
the absolute specimen that I am, seeing me selflessly, put up posters or whatever the fuck it is they do.
Finko's thoughts are literally the last layer of hell.
If it's just a bunch of girls, I could even play the pity card with my fucked up eye and all, and show how dedicated I am to the school. Really, it's Ben I should go to if I wanted to get involved with student council stuff, but I don't want to become his errand boy. And let's be honest here, how many girls could he possibly know, even if he isn't actually gay? No, Lizzie sounds like the perfect human catalyst for this sort of thing. Or, Dino Catalyst.
Finko ain't going to Raptor Heaven.
Whatever. I'll just need to find her somehow, because I seriously can't imagine where on earth she could have been this morning. She does attend this school, doesn't she? She could have been doing some school business now that I think about it. Maybe I'll have better luck tomorrow, granted that she'll want to see me at all. I was kind of a dick today. All right. I'll apologize to her, make some small talk, then I'll ask her about volunteering. Better get her number 2 just in case. Great! Now with an actual plan put into motion, I feel much better about today. If only I could sneak in another cigarette before going to bed. But I don't think I'd be able to steal Damien away to open the balcony door for me. Going by the sounds of it, their argument is just beginning to heat up.
I feel like this Inca would have picked up vaping over smoking cigarettes, but that's just me.
Can't do it in here either. Might set off a smoke detector or something. And leaning out of the window would be just me announcing to the world that I smoke. It could score me some cool points, I admit, but not if it's a faculty member who sees me. It's a non-issue on the balcony because we're hidden by the shadows there. But without Damien, I'm shit up Sideways Creek here. Frustrated, I sigh, giving up on the idea. The rest of the day I spent cooped up in my room. I doodle a bit, do a couple of quick sketches, but nothing significant. It's just practice for practice's sake, so my muscle memory won't fade away. Afterwards, I get on my phone, going through all sorts of social media to keep up with the incredibly shallow online rock bottom community.
Rock bottom?
I may have moved away, but it's still my home. I have to protect my image. Wonder if I'll ever return. Probably not.
Chapter 3.
Hello?
Is this the laundry machine room?
I call out as I enter
This
the
is where I
laundry room,
rage quit the
but there's no
last
one
time.
here.
The last stream we did.
At least that's what I think at first, until I notice a couple of bodies shuffling around in the back. Just a pair of dudes doing their laundry. Slowly, their heads turn to me. I'm expecting a hello back or something, but after a moment of silence, they go back to their business. Still in zombie mode, huh, guys? Oh well, I can't blame them. It's still early. The laundry room is pretty much what I expected it to be. The air is humid and surprisingly warm, and it feels used up. If it wasn't for the stinging smell of bleach and detergent, it would be pretty easy to fall asleep in here. The machines seem slick and new by just looking at them, but on closer inspection, they all turn out to be old and clunky, and they could clearly use some more caring. The floor is a little dirty too. Even though one would assume that a place like this would be cleaned regularly, it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, it's not the worst I can imagine, but it's not the best either. It's a laundry room. So it's not like it's supposed to be a place of comfort or anything.
Bro, just do your laundry.
There are some chairs and a table in the middle of the room, and a couple of shelves with cleaning supplies. I guess it's nice that they have a place to sit down, but I don't think I'll be here long enough to need it. And looking at the guys in the back again, I think they'd fall asleep standing up before they'd sit down. Turning my attention back to the task at hand, I step up to one of the machines at random.
This is what happens to Zoomers and elves when you take their cell phone away. They just think. They just never shut up in their head.
I promptly check that there are no leftover clothes in there, no tissue scraps, and nothing like a dead possum or anything, and then carefully load my own dirty laundry into the drum. After that, I set the gentlest cycle I can on this hunk of junk, hoping that it'll go easy on the delicate fabrics. I think I've spent more money on those boxers alone than the annual GDP of some African country.
Yes, to button mash. I mean, I did skip the last stream, and people got pissed off of that. People left and like half the chat left. It was probably the devs.
In a couple of seconds, the machine whirs into action, and I'm left looking at the whirlpool of clothes spin inside. It's kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, they just show it. We gotta see this for some reason. Oh, we're slowly zooming in.
But I don't let it hold my attention for long. I've got a lot of time to kill this morning, and I don't want to spend it all in here.
I'd rather spend it in there than deal with you, Thinko.
Leaving the laundry room as I make a mental note
Don't
to not
think,
forget my
feel.
stuff there, I head back to my room.
Hi, trash.
Thinking back at the two dudes in there, I can't help but pity them a little. Contrary to what I know about most people and their just 5 more minutes, I've always been what could be called a morning person.
You're not a morning person unless you wake up at 2 a.m., dude. Get in my shoes.
As if I had won the genetic lottery or had a superpower, no matter if I'm at home or out on a trip or having a holiday abroad. As long as I know when my alarm is set, I can reliably wake up before it. On the days that I don't, though, well, now that's a different story.
Make a mental note. Dude, your entire existence is a mental note.
Those days, I know will suck major dick even before getting out of bed. Every single time and without a fail. So it's a double-edged sword, really. Normally I'd wake up like 5 or maybe 10 minutes before my alarm goes off. But today I woke up way earlier than that. Not that I'm surprised. The gigantic soft pillow I'd brought with myself is comfortable plenty, but the same could hardly be said about the bed itself. It's like a cot they give
He's
to prison
thinking about
inmates
the
or
bed
something.
now. I was making a joke about that earlier.
Okay, maybe it's not that bad, but I definitely have not gotten
Nico,
used
shut
to it.
up and go to bed.
With a lazy stretch, I sit on the edge of said bed, looking at the bleak beige walls that surround me. Much like the bed
Get
itself,
on
they
with
too
it.
feel unfamiliar. Plain. Sterile.
Sterile.
Not worth my time. Falling back on the mattress with a sigh, I shift my attention to the ceiling. I even take my sunglasses off to get a better look, as if I could see something new if I just stared hard enough.
Man, imagine devlog if there was this much monologuing.
But nope, nothing. It's just a ceiling. The ceiling of a stranger's bedroom. The sheets have all been freshly cleaned, washed and ironed before I moved in, so their touch on my skin feels pretty good. But no matter how much I stare upwards or at one piece of furniture or the next, this still feels like someone else's room. There's no sense of belonging.
I don't belong here.
Yet, I hope. I mean, it's not like I've been trying all that hard to belong anyway.
Here.
In this room or in this school or the town, I've accepted the situation that I'm in, and I did promise myself I would make the most of it, but still, I don't know. It's not even that the people here would be so bad. They're not. Damien is a solid bro, for instance. It's just... how many owners did this room have over the years, I wonder? Am I just the next bloke in line, like a part placed into an assembly machine who will then be spat out into the world without making a difference? Just then, as I'd start to really get into an existential crisis, commotion from outside the door hits my ears. People coming and going, dudes hollering at each other. It's the morning rush to the showers for those that don't have their own personal bathrooms like I do. I've noticed this earlier yesterday, too. The mornings here in the dorms are pretty lively. Not only the people going through their morning routines, but there are some leaving to do their shopping before school, or those just now returning back from partying all night. And then, of course, there
Maybe
are
I
those
too
dorks
can be
already
human,
up and
thought
about,
Thinko.
jogging down the stairs to be the first arrivals to class and impress their favorite teachers. Most of it still are the folks jousting for their turn in the bathrooms, though.
I mean, Thinko may be a human, but is he really human?
Guess that's as good a reason as any for me to get out of bed as well. While it's true, I don't need to stand in line for a shower. The warm water supply is unfortunately quite limited, according to Damien anyway.
Are we human? Or are we cancer?
I sit up right as a yawn starts forming in my gut. One that were it any other day I'd welcome with a lazy stretch.
Is this
But
an
not
actual
today.
Mia route? We're going for Mia. It's supposed to be in this demo.
Today, as soon as I get vertical, a sudden rush of dizziness washes over me.
Oh man, I've been thinking
vision
too hard,
blurs,
guys.
and on instinct,
I nearly
reach to
had a
rub my
Jimmy
eyes.
Neutron brain blast.
A bad idea. The very moment I touch my bruised eye, spikes of pain shoot through my skull, giving me a way harsher distraction than I was asking for.
I think I've come down with Terminal 7.
Good
My head's
God,
gotten so
I
big
think
with
I'm gonna be
thoughts.
sick. Stumbling to the bathroom, I carefully, very
Oh no, it's St. Anne's
carefully,
bathroom.
try to
What
feel
am I
the
doing
dimensions
here?
of my injury.
Why is it all filled
it's
with
not as bad
fucking
as it looks.
body hair?
It's not so swollen anymore, and my vision
so
slowly
dirty.
clears too. Though it's still damn sensitive to the touch. But if only I just stopped poking at it for a moment, it gets better. After a while, I virtually can't even feel it.
Now, we called him Thinko, not Yappo.
Although saying thankfully is really sugar-coating it. Can't say that I'm happy about my current predicament one bit. I hiss and grimace, the events of yesterday crowding into my mind. I might just need to take back that
Crowding
whole
into your mind?
people here aren't bad
It's
thing,
already crowded.
because some of them fucking are. Sheesh.
Sheesh.
I didn't know what to think about this place coming here, but I gotta say, it far and away exceeded my expectations, in all possible meanings of the phrase. Looking at my mirror image right now, it's hard not to focus on all the bad that's happened. But let me try. It's only been 2 days, and while it's still hard for me to navigate the rainbow-colored chaos that is the student body, the few people I got to know are all real characters.
You are not real. You are the least real.
Damien is both very amusing
Is this how I
and
become
surprisingly
human?
dependable. A true bro.
Yes, a true human looks into the mirror and just monologues.
Liz can be quirky, but she's fun to talk to. Under normal circumstances.
Thinko, just splash the water on your face and get going.
Ben is okay. And even Mr.
Ben
Ionican
is
seems like a
okay.
cool guy, whenever he's not making me pity cater to cripples. But that's fine, I guess. You're supposed to hate your teachers anyway. Said cripple, on the other hand, ugh. Gently poking at the bruised bags under my eye, amused as I recall my interactions with Olivia, I can't help but focus in on the reflection of my open window in the other room, just barely visible in the corner of the mirror. My room more or less faces the other dormitory building, the one the girls reside in. And although from this angle I can't see shit, still I know that somewhere out there is one weird gator. She's, well, I'm not actually sure what I should think about her.
Bro, you never stop thinking.
I mean, I've already gotten the full picture there, didn't I? She's fat, she's in a wheelchair, she paints, and she's weird. To put it simply, she's not one I ought to bother with. There's nothing to be gained there, no ROI. Okay, fine. Credit where it's due. She's not horrible. In fact, she can be quite witty. But that doesn't change the fact that she'd be a net negative in my life, even if we got along. Which we don't. And isn't that just how it is for anyone with a disability? They're disabled. A setback that's not only debilitating for them, but
Bro,
for
you're
everyone else
disabled.
affected by them. Friends, family,
Your Asperger's is
just
showing.
everyone. Like, am I in the wrong here? I really don't think that I am. If I went up to random people in the school and started asking them if they date Olivia, they would just say no. No. Like, of course they wouldn't. And why? It's because she's a fat cripple.
Dude, your brain is a fat cripple. Shut up and get to the point.
But oh, if she wasn't bound to a wheelchair and could move around, exercise, yeah, you bet she wouldn't have all that weight on. Well, I mean, maybe she would. if
Dude,
she
I'd
ate a
rather
lot.
just be yicking out right now, to be honest.
But the point is that the way she is now, she can't help it. And it's just sad. She doesn't make for a desirable partner, and she can't even do better. It's not her fault, but yeah, it kinda is. Though, sure, I could fake a friendship with Olivia to show people how tolerant and progressive and whatever else I am, but
Ah, yes, the Ben
I don't
route.
know. Faking something like that would be really distasteful. And I'm just not an asshole. I mean... Shit, forgot to cancel the alarm. Tearing myself away from the tall, handsome stranger looking back at me in the mirror, I waddle back to the bed/living room.
Waddle, pull your pants up, buddy.
One of the better things about the bathroom, by the
Dude
way,
literally
other
faps to
than it being
himself.
private, is that the mirror is big enough so that I can look at myself from pretty much any part of the room, and even from out here. A man trying to make a name for himself can't afford to dismiss the importance of last-minute touches. Shutting the alarm off, I think about what I should do with the rest of my morning. I mean, I suppose I could do what I always did back home.
Think. Sit on your big thinking chair and think.
It's pretty wild to think about how even though my environment changed so drastically, and it's my very first time living on my own, that, well, living itself hasn't changed all that much. I still need to get breakfast, still need to brush my teeth, so on and so forth. The weirdest part of it is that I can't actually tell if this is helping me adjust to my new reality faster, or if it has the exact opposite effect.
Oh gee, Samsung alarm, I wouldn't know. Either you get busy living or you get busy yapping.
On paper, it should be the former, right? I might be brushing my teeth in a different bathroom now, but it's still the same thing. Right? All that's new is that I need to keep an eye on running out of stuff. Like, I'll have to buy my own toothpaste and shit. Things won't magically reappear as they used to. Yeah, that's all. Not that big of a difference. But then why do I feel so disconnected from reality? During the day, my mind is occupied, and, well, that's especially true for the 2 days I've spent here. But could it be that all the familiar motions only really emphasize the rest that isn't familiar, and make me notice them more? I don't know. I'm no shrink.
You're no shrink, you are think.
And anyway, this is getting way too depressing. Didn't I just say that I'll try to be optimistic about all this? Both yesterday and the day before sucked, so it's about time to turn a new leaf.
Heideken's already dead by now.
A new environment is free real estate for forming new habits, right? So let's do... how about some exercise?
Ah yes, the good old thinking muscles.
Every few
Putting
months
the
I
brain
get the
to work.
urge to start going to the gym or something, or I would download an app to help set up a diet and a training schedule. In the past, I had never really managed to stick to any of it though, not for more than a couple of weeks at the absolute maximum.
Go a half hour more.
So what if from now on I do some light exercise in the mornings? Nothing fancy, just a few push-ups and jumping jacks. And maybe going for a run on the weekends. That should counterbalance the smoking too. At least I think that's the way it's supposed to work.
No, we need to counterbalance all the thinking.
So yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that.
I'm signing you up for therapy, buddy.
Yeah. Although, not just now, I don't want to fuck my eye up on accident or anything, so maybe just a couple of sit-ups will do for today. I quickly throw on one of my least favorite shirts, getting ready for some light exercise. 20 sit-ups, here I go. Let's just hope there'll still be warm water by the time I'm done.
We're gonna count them all out individually. Let's do it.
Shit. And I totally forgot about the laundry.
Yeah, because you're too busy thinking.
Classes go by without any fuss, and I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't ran into Mia, so that's definitely good. Basically, it's just been Damien and me throughout the day. He did introduce me to some of his friends from another class, but they didn't leave a lasting impression.
Damien having friends?
They were okay, nothing special. I can maybe see myself going out with them to play 8-ball one evening, a game I'm surprisingly good at, but that's really it. At least they had enough tact not to ask about the black eye. Aside from hanging with Damien, I also tried to find Liz. But same as yesterday, I just couldn't. She's so elusive, I'm starting to think if perhaps I made her up as part of some elaborate fantasy.
How could someone so big be so hard to find?
Like, has anyone I know here mentioned her ever? I honestly can't recall.
Act 1, Inko thinks in his room. Act 2, Inko goes to the laundry room. Act 3, Inko thinks in his room again.
Only those posters she talked about putting up that serve as proof of her existence. Anyway, that is until last period comes around.
This looks new.
It's another elective Damien doesn't take, hidden in the very depths of the building. The only class I have around here.
It's pretty liminal looking.
The place is kind of abandoned, and I can understand why. Must be the oldest part of the building, so it only makes sense that obscure electives and guest courses would be held here. In the few leftover rooms that hadn't been turned into janitors' closets and storage rooms. That feeling of being an outsider returns from earlier this morning, buzzing there in the back of my mind. This place is so much like walking into someone else's memories. I really can't help it. Looking for something to anchor myself in reality, I double my pace. There might be some people already in the classroom. Even if they're strangers to me, watching people browse their phones and gossip between themselves is at least something I know. But wouldn't you know it? As I enter the room, there's a very hard-to-miss totem pole rising up from one of the desks. It's the Liz Lizard herself. There are still a couple of minutes before the start of the class, and I could really use the distraction, so I take the opportunity to go talk to her. While walking over, I take in the sight of the classroom. It's narrow and very artsy looking. Makes sense for this place, I guess. Hey, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Hey yourself, Inko.
El's in the chat.
She cuts her greeting short and cold, and although I can see her eyes darting around trying to take measure of my injury, it's pretty clear that she's trying to act indifferent. And, right, I totally get where she's coming from. Rubbing the back of my neck, I murmur an apology. I'm, sorry for yesterday. I was
Being an asshole?
I was gonna say dick. But yeah, I'm sorry for yelling at you and stuff.
Oh, it's fine. I guess I'd be like that too if someone tried to knock me out.
Now we got the weird bass again. Is this just Liz's theme, the weird bass? Let me turn that up. This is Liz's theme.
So, how are you feeling? Does it still hurt?
Olivia's
I'll
theme
live.
after the lobotomy.
That's good, I think.
I shrug, signaling my complete agreement with that statement, and without having much more to say.
What you doing here anyway? Did you track me down just to apologize? That would be very sweet of you.
Huh? Nah, I'm in this class too.
What? Really? You?
Yeah. can see how that could be confusing. Not many guys out there that would take a course called Art Technique for Women.
For women. Oh yeah, we got that DEI going in here. We got that BlackRock funding. Let's go.
A man needs to get his GPA up any way he can.
His GPA up any way he can in a women's class. I see how it is, Inko.
Liz giggles, and oh my god, it takes an incredible amount of willpower not to stare at her long-ass neck vibrate with the sound. Instead, I try changing the subject. But, I was looking for you earlier, and yesterday too.
Oh?
Two bases. It's Fang and Trish. Two bases going at it.
Like, it sucks balls that we don't have any classes together, right? And how come I don't see you in the hallways or anything? Liz frowns uncomfortably, a troubled expression appearing on her face.
I avoid being in here when I can. Most parts of the building don't have a high enough ceiling for me.
She starts patting random parts of her neck to make a point, which is such a weird sight that it's hard to even make a comparison. It just feels unnatural. I've already kind of forgotten how mentally taxing interacting with her can be.
You have no idea how hard it is to get all the kinks out. Do you know how much I pay my masseuse? And besides, most of my classes are held in the other faculty buildings.
90% Thinko.
Other buildings?
Uh-huh. They're kinda hidden away on the edge of campus, so it's understandable you didn't know about them. I'm sure there are folks who have been students here for years and they don't know either.
No, this is 100% Thinko, because at the end of this mod, he just wakes up and it was all a dream.
Plus, I like to have my lunch out in the gardens whenever I can. Now that winter is over, I'm usually out there.
Doesn't it take forever to get your stuff from the cafeteria and haul it all the way there?
No, silly. I pack my own lunch.
Dude, I'm gonna have fever dreams about this fucking mod.
I'm a pretty good cook, you know.
Huh. No shit.
Well, no, not really. But I'm learning. It's something I picked up after moving out. You can't eat takeaway every day, right? Even if you could afford it, it's not very healthy.
That's because you go to the wrong places.
Right. Totally unlike me and my vendor machine breakfasts. And isn't that much worse than takeaway food? All the processed stuff and microplastics and whatever? With how hungry my workout session got me
your
this
brain's
morning,
filled with
I even went ahead and
microplastics,
bought
dude.
myself 2 extra
They all
large
got their
packs
own
of peanuts.
voices.
Only to learn afterward that teachers won't tolerate you snacking away in class. Liz would probably agree with them on that. Little Miss discipline the youth. So I asked something else before I could accidentally let something slip about my questionable eating habits. Isn't it lonely out there, though?
Oh, you want to keep me company or something?
No.
She playfully sticks the tip of her tongue out at me.
Anyhow, I don't mind being on my own. It's nice to have a little bit of peace and quiet every now and again. Plus, it's miles better than doing Ben's chores for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm not always alone either. I often see Ms. Prockling taking one of her walks through the gardens, and sometimes she sits down to chat with me.
Wow, luncheon with a teacher. Suddenly being alone doesn't sound that bad. Again, Liz giggles, but shooting me a scolding look this time.
Ms. Prockling is a really good person, actually. I enjoy our talks a lot.
Seriously?
Yup. I mean, sometimes she's kind of a mouthful, like you'd think it's
No,
estrus season with how much she's fidgeting around. But usually she's very sweet.
Now wait till you hear Thinko's thoughts.
I catch myself nigh half a second before the word could leave my mouth. While I always forget that estrus is a thing, what with having been surrounded by humans all my life, of course I know what it is. And asking a girl about it isn't what you do in the middle of a random ass conversation.
I'm surprised no one's made like an estrus season mod where all like the female dinosaurs just destroy volcano or just Volcadera bluffs in their fucking journey of fucking getting laid. My god, that'd be one hell of a mod.
In fact, I'm kind of surprised Liz brought it up. But then again, it was only to make a comparison.
What was that?
Nothing, never mind.
Sure. In any case, that's enough talking about me. How's your eye, really? And did you tell the principal about Mia?
With a sigh, I tilt my glasses the slightest bit down, just so that Lizzie can see the bruise. And she wastes not a second,
she's gonna go kiss
poking
it.
her head in real close to check it out. It makes me uncomfortable. Not even because she's a girl, but because I don't like people looking at me.
femoid.
No, wait. I mean, I do like people looking at me. It's more like, well, I don't wear these shades for nothing. Personal space and all that. Thankfully, after a few intense seconds, Liz lets up with her inspection.
You don't look that bad.
Gee, thanks.
Wrapped you.
Sorry, it's just that I know how hard Mia can punch.
First-hand experience?
Huh? She got you too?
Me? Oh, no. But I've seen plenty of her handiwork, believe me.
You and the nurse both, huh?
Mm-hmm. Something like that. So...
Hmm?
About the principal...
Doing the dance.
Oh!
It's almost been 3 hours and still no plot.
Okay, so how do I tell her?
Liz, kill yourself.
How do I tell her that even though I knew this was important for her, for Ben, for the school, and probably in my best interest as well, I have decided to literally not do anything about it? I start rubbing the back of my neck like I always do in these awkward situations.
Action survival game.
My silence is probably
Left 4
very
Dead
telling,
parody.
because the expression on Liz's face
I'm still waiting for
progressively
like better
sours,
common
going from her worried but happy
infected
smile
mods
to
of like
resting
suit
bitch face.
characters. I think that'd be a pretty good mod.
You didn't tell him, did you?
Well, no.
Inko, this was supposed to be...
We both turn to the source of the sound and find ourselves
Miss
facing
Roberts.
one pissed-off teacher.
No voice. Believe we could start class now, Miss Farland. That was Liz's last name. And Mr.
Nato,
Anito.
we're, sorry, Teach.
Yeah. Very sorry.
The classroom is all but full now. All kinds of
You
female
can't fool me.
dinos
That's
sitting at
a
the desks.
silhouette of Mrs. Roberts. You can't fool me. You can't.
Coughing awkwardly, we cut the conversation short and apologize once more
Oh,
for
I'm sorry.
holding up the lesson.
Mrs. Roberts. Who's canonically shipped with fucking, what's her face? RJ? LJ? L?
Though one of us is clearly more sincere about her apology than the other.
Naomi asked Fang if she needs tampons and Snoot. I forget about that. I haven't like actually sat through Snoot since like years ago.
As Liz gets her notebooks ready and stuff, I go take one of the empty seats in the back. From here, I can't see Lizzie's face anymore, but I do wonder what she could be thinking about this whole Mia situation. I guess I did kind of betray her. And Ben. I also feel like there was something else I wanted to ask Liz, but I can't quite figure it out. It's only in the middle of the class that I remember wanting to volunteer for something student council related. But I forget about it again rather quickly, suddenly too preoccupied learning about the forbidden art of drawing naked guys with anatomically incorrect but hot six-packs.
Bruh.
I'm not exactly sure what I've expected this class to be, but yeah. Actually, this seems par for the course. I don't even know why I'm being snarky about it.
So the DEI class is just a glorified gooning class for the women. Okay.
But it does make me think. is Liz the kind of girl to fantasize about six-packs? Male six-packs? My six-pack? If I had any. Doubt I'll ever really know.
Walk with me?
Uh-huh.
It's after class now. Most people had already left the room, or are in various stages of doing so. The only reason I am still sitting here is because these past 20 minutes I've been working on a sketch, minding my own business, and didn't notice the lesson ending around me. But damn if I didn't just draw the sexiest sweaty abs in existence.
The fuck?
Anyhow, it seems Liz
This is the
more eager
Mia
than me to
route.
get going. Though I certainly wasn't expecting her to ask me out on a date. Sure, I mean, let's be honest here. A 5-minute walk like this could hardly be called a date. But it took me unprepared regardless. Seeing me hesitate causes Liz to get a little bashful too, hints of a blush appearing on her face.
It's like you said. We don't have any classes together, so wouldn't this be a nice opportunity to talk? Just down to the gates, or...
We're not doing Olivia's, so... Okay.
Well, okay. Even though Lizzie Lizard still is one of these dino weirdos, I see no actual downside to talking with her. I could even use this as a way of slinking away from Mr. Ayutakan, trying to dump Olivia's shit on me every day. He wouldn't want to stand in the way of blossoming teenage love, would he? Not to imply that, I'm in love with Liz. Only a total creep would fall in love meeting someone like twice.
Wait, what? Now we're in the Liz route?
But hey,
I thought
and
Liz
if
was
people
supposed
see us
to come
together
later.
like this, it could bump me up the social ladder too. If Liz is in the student council, she's got to be at least a little popular. Unless she's like the communal bitch everyone gets to order around. She could just be Ben's secretary or something. I should find out somehow. But for now... yeah, sure. Okay, let's go.
Alrighty.
Elizabeth? I hold on with the communal bitch question till we get out of the building. In the meantime, bantering with Liz about all the stupid ways she has to bend her neck just to navigate around the hallways the way a normal person would. Once we're outside, though, I decide to drop the bomb. Hey, so I've been meaning to ask. What exactly do you do in the student council?
I was gonna say, what that neck do?
She thinks about her answer for just long enough that I start to think I actually had it right.
Well, if you want to
You
get
don't
all
have
technical,
the,
then I'm chief treasurer.
Route flow chart? No. No one talks about this mod. There's no guides for this mod.
Takes me a second or two for the gravity of her words to sink in.
I think I'm the only one who's streamed this mod. I don't think I've seen anyone else stream this one, and I don't blame anyone.
I stop dead in my tracks, and at first, Liz just walks past me before she realizes what happened.
Inko, what's wrong?
Treasurer, you mean you handle all the school's finances and shit? Isn't that, like, a huge fucking responsibility for a student? Liz is surprised, but then her face softens, giggling.
I know, she's giving me the crazy stare from, what is it, fuck, how did I forget the motto? The don't drink the purple stuff. She's gonna start, passive-aggressively, like, drilling into me.
No, stupid. I mean, I wish, but no.
What did I miss? Nothing.
Huh? She sighs, rolling her eyes.
Okay, so first of all, no, I don't handle the school's finances. I only balance the student council's budget. You know, for the events we organize, for our garden program, for our athletes. Though we stopped doing that when Mia started winning most of those. But we also have, like, trophies and stuff for the winners of the class cups.
Class cups?
Uh-huh. They're these semester-long competitions between the classes for who can recycle the most plastic, stuff like that.
Liz, what's your class cups?
The winning classes get, like, a stack of pizzas or something.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah, well, it was Ben's idea. My role in all this is to find the money he gets to spend. Granted, he spends every dime on the students, but
But if you're treasurer, chief treasurer, why does he get to decide?
because he's Ben.
Because he doesn't take his medicine.
She doesn't elaborate further, though I think I got the gist of what she means. Ben seems to be suck up in all the right places, kissed all the right behinds to come into power. And I'm downright jealous. Like, I wanted to do that. Now it's gonna be much harder, knowing that I have this kind of competition. And his ambition is to help people? Really? I don't even know what to say about that. It's gotta be a savior complex grown into epic proportions. The white Ben's burden.
A white man's burden.
I see. But I still think being treasurer is cool.
Do you really think that?
Sure, I mean, if you didn't do your job, it would suck for the whole school, wouldn't it? You're irreplaceable, so that must count for something.
Thank you, Inko. Sometimes I honestly don't know what keeps me going. I haven't really thought about it like that.
Liz rewards me with a cute little smile. It catches me off guard, and on instinct I try to downplay the significance of my words. Yeah, don't mention it. After some more idly standing around, we start walking towards the entrance again. Unfortunately, though, it turns out to be a rather short walk. We're just coming up on the crossroads in the middle of campus as a familiar figure rolls into view to greet us.
Hey, guys.
Hey guys!
Olivia. Hi, it's so lovely to see you.
I notice a subtle shift in Liz's voice as she says this. I don't mention it, but it definitely has a higher pitch and a kind of lilt to it that I'm not sure what it's about.
No bottle.
It's been a while, hasn't it? These days I don't really leave my room very
Oh, I'd love to stay and chat, but I really gotta go.
I don't want to talk to the cripple.
but
Bye now. And you too, Inko. See you tomorrow.
Sure, but Liz wastes not another second, patting my arm hurriedly before she basically jogs to the gates and disappears down the hill. What the fuck just happened?
what's wrong with her?
Student council business?
Oh yeah, right. Isn't she like the president or something?
Nah, that's Ben. Liz is their treasurer. I say that as if it was the most trivial thing in the world that anyone should know, despite only learning about it like 5 minutes ago myself.
Wow, look at you. Getting to know the people and all that?
What's that supposed to mean?
You know, I just thought I'd commend you on your effort making friends.
And what effort is
Where
that?
are your friends, Olivia?
I thought you're kind of a loner.
What? What would give you that
Olivia,
idea?
you are a loner.
And why would she care?
Well, you weren't really social during our...
Bro, you've been keeping yourself in your room.
No, never mind. I'm sorry. Guess I was wrong.
Yeah, no shit. You play armchair philosopher like that a lot? Maybe you should try getting some friends of your own.
Geez, I apologized, didn't I? Sorry for shattering your fragile ego like that. Pull your shit together, dude. Damn.
What are you doing out here anyway? And why do I care?
I was on my way back to my room, actually. I figured classes would be over soon, and I didn't want to make you wait.
Wait on what?
When you,
Olivia takes a better look at me, and my apparent lack of any notebooks, mine or hers. It strikes me that she probably thought I'd bring her all her shit today as well. Did Mr. Iatakan tell her that he asked me yesterday too, and I refused? You should go see Mr. Iatakan. He has your stuff, I think.
You think?
Look, I don't know. I was too busy...
Thinking.
Making friends?
Thinking.
Yeah. With little left to say, silence settles over us after that. It's not necessarily an awkward silence, like just mildly. Only that I'm not sure what to say to her. Luckily, Olivia picks up the conversation herself. And man, do I feel like a jackass now having less to say than a fat cripple.
You have a lot to say in your thoughts.
So how's the eye?
I'm getting kind of tired of people asking me that. I'm fine.
Cool.
More silence. This time I struggle to find something I could ask her before she speaks up again. Gotta prove I'm not a worse talking partner than this weirdo here. But at least now I understand why Liz FO'd. She probably didn't want to get her brain cells obliterated by a conversation with Olivia.
This whole mod obliterates brain cells.
How's how's your week going? Olivia seems slightly amused, watching me stumble through the sentence. At first I feel proud that I managed to salvage it, but then I realize it's as if I was proud that I can tie my own shoelaces. Since when is it hard for me to make small talk? I don't even have to mean it. So once again, loudly and for the record, Olivia is a fucking weirdo and it's impossible to talk to her.
It's impossible to talk to you with all your thoughts going on.
My week? It's okay, I guess.
It took a week to get to this.
Sitting on my ass a lot.
Isn't that what she does any other week too? I suppose she means she's not doing anything special. Right, so that's why you're out here?
Uh-huh, figured I'll come for a walk.
You don't do walking.
A walk, yeah, right. Is she doing this on purpose? Trying to trip me up? I should have called her wheelchair psychologist. I bet that would have gotten a reaction out of her all right. I see, so,
Yeah?
Like, original Olivia would fucking kill this Olivia any day.
Okay, fuck it, I tried. This is not a conversation, and we're just not compatible. That's it. I'm done. Gotta go, 'cause, I'm gonna go see the nurse now.
Oh, I'm going that way too. So, I could come with you?
No, because I'm going to the dorms. Girls aren't allowed this late in the day. Please work.
Yes, they are. Curfew comes into effect at night. And the nurse's office isn't even in the dorms.
Fuck! No, yeah, it's a house call.
If you want me to leave, you can just tell me to piss off. No need to be a drama queen about it.
Fucking ouch. How does she always manage to make me feel like I'm the loser? Let's stop this farce before I end up going retarded too. Or maybe get put in a straitjacket.
I have some bad news for you, Finko.
Right, bye.
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 My clothes are still inside the drum, rotating gently.
Great stopping point. Put a fork in it. Okay, I thought it was gonna crash. Oh. Set myself up. Turn on the ending screen. This version of Inko is insufferable, yeah. Oh. They hurt. Everywhere. I'm tired from all that. It has taken years off of my life, but seeing as we didn't get to Mia anything, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Seeing as there's no reading to be had, should have it done. At that rate, we should have it done. If we don't get it done Saturday, it'll get done Sunday. I'm pretty sure we'll get through it. 3 hours of no media, yeah. I gotta turn this down. I gotta use it. It's just nice. Turn it back up when we're streaming again. Yeah, this mod. It's gotten no better, but we're along for the ride. This mod is sapping my life. It is. It probably doesn't help that I came into the mod feeling hungry. And being hungry makes me a little bit irritable. Oh. I want to go eat. I hate to say it, but Wanigamu really is the mod of the game, the thing. It's a mod. Oh. I don't even know. Oh. I should probably just stop yapping and go eat already. I'm like brain fogged from all this. The attempt on my life, really, or whatever the saying is from Star Wars. I need to go eat. I'm hungry, I'm brain fogged, and I need to regain my bearings. If the devs are watching this, please edit this fucking thing down, yeah. Please. Anyways, I'm gonna go hop off. I'm gonna enjoy food. Enjoy food. Enjoy the rest of my life until tomorrow, where we inevitably continue this madness once again. I'm gonna go now.